Good morning. Let's do this. Connor and Marshall show.
You mean the Trader and Marshall show?
That didn't take long.
Man, right out the gates this morning.
Gee, who was it? Who called me a traitor?
That was Horde member Andrew Roberts throwing out the Trader, the T word, bro.
Just trying to better myself, have a dream destination, city I always wanted to go to. I have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah, no one cares about any of that stuff, man.
I guess not.
What was that, Trader? Trader?
It's going to be a long 4 weeks. Oh, dear God. Join the Horde, kind of, I guess. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're hanging out, like, follow, and subscribe.
Hey, kudos to us for both being dick guys right now.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, we're wearing our dick broadcasting.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the hoodie. You're wearing the other piece of apparel that we've gotten, the little, I don't know, track jacket.
Yeah, I almost wore the hoodie today. Yeah. Kind of glad I did.
Shame on you.
No, I'm good. This is perfect.
Could have been hoodie bros.
Good for now. It's Friday, man. This week went by so quick, but as always, super pumped that the weekend is here. We got a big Friday show. All kinds of stuff going on. Local paranormal investigator Ryan Dunn is going to join us for Beer for Breakfast. And we actually have audio from some of his ghost hunts.
Yeah, and one of those ghost hunts, we were there, and I think he's forgot about it.
Oh, is this audio from one of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm excited to make him remember our presence.
So we'll be drinking beers with Ryan. Also, yesterday on the show, we talked about Halloween candy and alcohol pairings. And some of them sounded like they had potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
So today at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, we're actually going to taste test some of these pairings and see how that goes. We're basically drinking all morning.
Yep.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout is coming up. Top of the 7 o'clock hour, taking your calls, comments, and texts. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen in your life? We want those stories. And, of course, we'll kick it off with About Last Night. Some dude, this is the greatest pro tip ever on how to save some money eating lunch and dinner. Amazing.
It's incredible.
Also got a warning about Halloween edibles and an update about the guy who gave up $500,000+ by giving back Tom Brady's 600th TD football. That's next. Here's Aaron Jones and Supercharged, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Morning, everyone. Got a nice little group kicking off the morning with us. Morning, Tony, Andrew, Heather. Thanks for joining us. Trader.
Nah, it's all good, Andrew. It's all good, Andrew.
The Trader and Marshall Show.
Trader and Marshall Show.
Yeah, I love it. Good morning. Woo. Yeah, so this is possibly our most, Halloween-y, crazy show we've ever done. I'm very excited for it. When it comes to our call-in today at 7 o'clock, guys, we are really going to set the mood. We're turning the lights off and using flashlights to tell your ghost stories. I'm very excited about that. So we're going to get a whole vibe going at top of the 7 o'clock hour.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Charles says, make sure the Trader turns in all of his dick gear before he leaves. Sorry, well, the thing that sucks about Cotter is he can't take it off. He's always been a dick.
That's true. It's not going anywhere. No, the jacket's coming with me. I like this jacket.
It's a great jacket.
I love this jacket.
You just put a patch over the dick broadcast.
There you
part.
go.
Yeah.
Morning, Jeff. I will return my company laptop, though, if that means anything.
No, it's a piece of shit anyway.
I know.
Why wouldn't you return it?
That's why I don't want it.
Yeah. When you return it, just throw it on the sidewalk. Look at Tim Janier and be like, thanks. But make sure, hand it to him, but just make sure it, falls to the right a little bit. Sorry.
You can fix that, right? Happy Friday, everyone except Cotter. Damn, what's going on today? Jesus.
Tony.
Dude, we got 4 more weeks.
Yeah.
4 more weeks.
Show mom Tony's like, damn, haters gonna hate. Everyone stop picking on my little boy Cotter.
It's a long 4 weeks.
Nah, he fucking deserves it. Charles says, keep the jacket on, keep the nips covered.
Oh, next time I wear the jacket, I'll just go topless underneath and I can just,
Honestly, you're gonna have to put on 2 jackets to cover those nips.
All right, we got about 50 seconds.
So I got a story for Chicks on Dudes that came in yesterday that may be my favorite question that's ever been asked.
Oh, awesome. Now, since my last show is on a Wednesday and we're just having guests, are we going to do a last edition of Chicks on Dudes?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we got time.
I mean, I've just confirmed a few more guests, too. I mean, we've got a load of show.
Stupid.
Well, we got to figure out how to get all these people in and out. So I think got to figure out how the hour's going to work. I got to talk to you today about how that's going to.
We'll figure that
give
out.
everyone like 10 minutes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, guys. Got about 15. Be right back. The digital pot has gotten a little sweeter for the fan who gave back Tom Brady's 600th TD football. Got that update next. Story number one about last night. Now, we know the story. This past Sunday, Tom Brady threw his 600th touchdown to Mike Evans. Without even thinking, Mike Evans tossed that to a fan. That someone is Byron Kennedy. Now, quickly, the team realized, whoa, kind of need that one back.
Yep.
So they negotiated with Kennedy, and at first the deal was struck that he'd give back the ball, he'd get $1,000 credit at the team store, and a jersey. That was it.
And a helmet from Tom Brady.
Was he getting that initially too? Okay. And then word came out that's like, hey, this ball could be worth up or more than $500,000. So the team's like, all right. We'll sweeten the deal. 2 signed jerseys, the helmet from Brady, the $1,000, a signed Mike Evans jerseys, game cleats, plus season tickets for the remainder of this season and season tickets for next year. And then Brady even said, look, I'll give you a Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That's valued at $63,000.
That's a whole lot of money. But for no reason, Gronk, which is kind of typical Gronk type of style, like over the top, spiking footballs as hard as he can into the Earth's crust type of deal, he has decided to join in on the fun train. Apparently, he has teamed up with Steve Aoki, the very popular Las Vegas DJ, and a guy named Mojo. Never heard of him.
Mojo Rawley from WWE.
Oh, is that the dude?
Yeah, him and Gronk are like best friends.
So apparently he's teamed up with those two guys for a new crypto company called Beyond Protocol. I don't know if I like it.
It's a weird name,
like
right?
Bitcoin, Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Those make me think money. Beyond Protocol, it makes me think it's like a really bad Mel Gibson movie. Like the movies he did after he had his Fallout type of deal.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. But apparently this is going to be like a Bitcoin-style company, and they are going to give this guy, to sweeten the pot, 690 coins. 69.
Nice, yeah.
And each coin is worth about $44 right now. So he's going to land another $31,000 in crypto value on top of his Bitcoin. It's pretty good for him. It's pretty good for him.
I think this could turn out okay because if I kind of sort of pay attention to cryptocurrency just because a buddy of mine posts all the money he's gaining.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is going up. So, I mean, only $44 now. I mean, give it a month, that could double. I mean, it could triple. I mean, some of this stuff is skyrocketing. So this guy could net a pretty decent payoff for, once again, owning this football for maybe 5 minutes.
And once again, the way he got it was really simple. He just stood there and reached his hands out like an infant toddler looking for the boob.
Right. So initially we were like, man, he should have kept it, could make some more money.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. For the amount of time he had the ball, now he's getting some more cash or crypto cash. I'm okay with this deal.
Yeah, and with the press and hubbub he's getting, I mean, media attention, maybe he'll get something from that as well. I mean, it's turning out. It's turning out into his favor. It looked bad at first, now it's kind of okay.
All right, story number 2 is coming up next. Be on the lookout for Halloween edibles. Details coming up. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
So right at the beginning of that break, you said you were teasing the story, and you said digital pot. You said, I think, something to the effect of something.
Sweeten the digital pot.
Sweeten the digital pot. And you just said digital pot, and I honestly thought to myself, is that real? Is there digital pot now? Is there digital marijuana?
I'm getting stoned online.
Yeah, really made me think there before going into a story, and it really, hey, don't do that. Don't make me think. How dare you, son of a bitch?
6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Gee, I know. I'm tired now.
Jeff Cotter, hate to see you go. Wishing you the best. Now it's going to be the Marshall and whoever show.
That's actually their name.
Yeah, Marshall.
Whoever.
And I mean,
we hired him yesterday.
And Jeff, I mean, I know Jeff's been around since like when I first got here. So
yeah, Jeff's old as shit. Yeah, he's essentially the crypt keeper of the show.
Everybody's got a job.
Yeah,
man.
everyone's got a job on the show.
But no,
Poet laureate.
Jeff's been listening for years, man. So I appreciate that. Tony, do a live stream from the parking lot when I drop the computer. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, we just do a video. That's easy.
I don't know what's going on there. Who knows?
Tony and Charles just having a
that's fine.
Their
little sidebar.
Their daily fight of whether there's hand jobs happening here or not.
So Tom Cruise likes to crash weddings. He's done this many times.
Okay, sure.
So he recently crashed another wedding, and the wedding was over. Tom came over and asked if he could take a picture with the couple. So he saw the woman standing in the wedding dress, and he's like, "Is the groom around?" He was then informed it was a same-sex wedding. And he went, quote, "Oh, get out. Oh, man, my stock just exploded." They ended up taking the picture with him. It was very cool. He said it was one of the most beautiful ceremonies he'd ever seen. When he does this, he likes to give marriage advice. I mean, him and his wife have been married for years now.
Wait, Tom Cruise or Tom
Hanks?
Oh, okay, I swear to God you said Cruise.
I might have. He gave love advice, and it was just like he was super nice, after the foot and mouth thing. But there you go, Tom Hanks crashing weddings.
Everyone likes Tom Hanks.
Everybody likes.
You know what? We didn't add him to the list of the good guys.
Oh, he's got to be on it. Yeah, he's got to be on it. So how many are we gonna have? Because I think we should do this.
I think we've got 30. I think the goal is to have like 32.
32. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, Tony says we should do the show in the parking lot. Last show if you need more space. Tony, then you're asking us to run chords. And by us, Tim Janier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. Do you want us to even have a show?
The delay will be fired up all morning for the final show.
Absolutely.
I trust nobody who's coming in.
So yesterday, Kat Von D announced that she is closing down her tattoo shop in California and moving to the exact place you think Kat Von D would move to, Southern Indiana. She's moving into a 147-year-old haunted Indiana mansion.
Okay, that I see.
Yeah. But Southern Indiana.
Does it say the city?
Let's see. I'm looking.
I mean, if you're moving into Indianapolis or someplace like that where it's a major city, I get.
Vevay, Indiana. Vevay, Indiana. So she's moving into something known as the Scheck Mansion, which was built in 1874.
There are Vevay, Indiana has a population of 1,700.
Perfect. She'll fit right in. No one will know her with all the tattoos on her face.
I mean, is she setting up shop there or is she just moving?
Kat Von D has decided to close her tattoo shop in L.A. and move into the Scheck Mansion, stating that she feels more at home, stating that she feels more at home in Indiana than in L.A.
Okay. Why not?
Apparently, the mansion is haunted by numerous spirits. The mansion looks beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah, just look at the pictures. I mean, it's just like it's not like the rickety old. They've definitely, added good things like electricity and shit. But it's got huge, wraparound porches, walkways, and stuff. It's a really nice home that's filled with ghosts.
Mark Zuckerberg may be seriously the creepiest looking human on the planet.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. And he's changing the name of Facebook to Meta.
Yeah, the company, not the website. So he's like, the company has become so much more than just the one thing that is Facebook. I mean, let's be honest. They're just trying to help their image. So he says, quote, "Today, we're seen as a social media company, but in our DNA, we're a company that builds technology to connect people. And the metaverse is the next frontier, just like social networking was when we got started." He says he envisions this new metaverse as an online realm featuring virtual and augmented reality technologies. So this is what's the Pixar movie with the robot?
I don't know. I'm thinking Ready Player One.
I was thinking that there's still too much life around, people living. The Wall-E, where everybody's just fat on the little scooters watching.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's what this is eventually going to be. But no, he posted this picture to, I'm assuming, his Facebook page, and he just
Has he ever been able to grow facial hair?
I mean, what's with this? It's like he's got the Raiders owner haircut.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but still, yeah, it's bad.
I don't. He looks soulless. I mean, if you want to make an argument for being able to sell your soul to the devil, just look at any picture of this guy.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. He's a gigantic piece of shit. Terabyte says, "Good morning, Marshall. Cotter doesn't get one." Hold on. That's not it. He goes, "You are dead to me." And then he goes, "LOL, just joking. Congrats on the job. I'm sure you will kill as you do here."
Thank you very much.
Tony says that we should block party this shit for the last show.
Yeah.
Charles says, Charles and Tony are still fighting over amazing products that A Perfect Touch Massage offers. We've also been offered, guys, an opportunity to become famous. Shoot, we've never taken them up on the famous thing before. You know what? Let's do it. Yes, we would like to become famous. Henrique K. Lenny? Yeah, that guy. We would love to. Thank you. Please press the famous button. Okay.
All right, we got about 2 minutes into story number 2.
So I found a story on PETA yesterday that I'm going to be bringing up. They're targeting Major League Baseball now, but I'll bring that up here in a little while. That story's a little ridiculous.
Of all the badass crazy stuff they have done or tried to do, is this one of the craziest? Or at least the dumbest? Is it the dumbest?
It's mostly the dumbest.
This is stupid.
I also found a list going into Halloween weekend. I found a list of movies that you can stream over the weekend. Of 90s horror films that you can stream over the weekend. So, actually, I'll share a couple of them. I'll share one right now. We'll share some after the break. So, Scream. I know you're a fan of Scream.
Love Scream.
Scream 1 and 2. If you want to get into some 90s horror movies this weekend, you can stream it for free if you have a subscription to DirecTV or AMC or Fubo TV, which I believe is free.
Yeah, Fubo is just that's what I don't get. There's IMDb TV, there's Fubo, there's these free options. I mean, you have to watch them with commercials, but I mean, they show the movies unedited. You know, I'm like, are they making that much money on commercials? And the other thing I find weird is, you know, you'll get, like with radio, we'll get barter spots from national agencies. They're like, don't air during controversial shows. Well, I'm watching Phantasm on one of these things where, you know, people are getting killed and naked, and it cuts to, like, you know, a Pampers commercial. I'm like, what the hell's up with that? All right, guys, be right back. Beware of Halloween candy that may get your kids stoned. Story number 2 about last night. Now, Marshall, every year around Halloween, you start hearing the reminders. Parents, check your kids' candy.
For razor blades.
That was the thing. Yeah. Growing up, it was always, oh, did you hear about the kid who ate the candy, had razor blades, he died a grisly death? I don't think it ever actually happened.
No.
Got a new warning this year. This year, several states' attorneys, or state attorney generals, are issuing warnings telling parents to be on the lookout for cannabis edibles that look like regular candy. Now, Connecticut Attorney General William Tong issued a news release warning parents about cannabis products that come in packages designed to look similar to popular candy and snack brands such as Oreo, Sour Patch Kids, and Cheetos.
Yeah, so I saw some packaging for a cannabis-styled product like this called Stonios. I mean, it literally does say Stonios. It doesn't say Oreos on the front of the package. And,
right.
And it has all the words changed to be references to marijuana and the stoner culture. But yeah, what kind of person's handing out very highly priced items that are these edibles? These are pricey.
That's my biggest question. Is anybody seriously handing out their edibles? The answer is no.
No.
You're not going to hand. Now, maybe if the person handing out candy has something that does look like the traditional candy packaging and they get confused because they're high, maybe that could happen. But no, nobody's purposely getting little kids stoned because, you know what? They want to get stoned.
Now, according to my sources, I've seen some Sour Patch Kids packaging that is for like stoner brand items for edibles.
Yeah.
Now, once again, according to my sources that I know, that I've seen, so they're real. I've seen these things out there
believe
before.
they're real, yeah.
100%. And they're awesome, allegedly, according to my sources. But, yeah, I mean, this stuff is crazy. I mean, it's cool these attorney generals are throwing out the word just in case the very rare instance of this happening. But there is no way that any normal thought-provoking person at all is going to be throwing their edibles out to children.
Now, one of the issues is as marijuana becomes, more readily available and legal in states across the countries, they have been seeing cannabis overdoses in children. I'm guessing it's because the children came across their parents' stash.
Right.
It's not like people are just feeding their kids marijuana.
Children can overdose on marijuana?
Well, I mean, I guess. It says accidental cannabis overdoses by children are increasing nationwide, and then these products will only make this worse. Now, as a kid, I get it. Maybe you go into your parents' room, you're snooping around, you come across the Sour Patch Kids gummies that are, edibles, and you're like, oh, candy,
right.
I'm going to have some of this. But nobody's purposely handing it out. I don't buy this at all.
No, I don't believe this at all. But I guess it's a good warning leading into the weekend, just in case, your kids come home with their candy. You absolutely should go through it, mostly looking for edibles. Because, you want to take them out of there. You don't want your kids to have them.
And if you want help disposing of these,
yes,
we're here to help.
You know what? I think if you would like to get rid of your edibles, we'll leave a box out in front of the radio station. Just throw them in there, and we will pick them up on Monday morning when we come back to work.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, story number 3 about last night coming up next. This guy found a major pro tip on how to save money when it came to meals, and it involves Six Flags. Story is next. Here's Jane's Addiction. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
So I was just talking about horror movies, and Tony chimed in. She goes, I'm hoping to finish the Harry Potter series this weekend. What the hell?
Will the bots follow Cotter to Austin? I don't know. Stellar question. We don't. That station doesn't do the streaming thing, and it just doesn't. This show, doing it for a show like this makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense for the station there. I mean, now they do stream. It's a music-intensive station. It's out. I can tell you what it is. It's Sun Radio. It's a AAA radio station, so it's a little bit different of a format. So they do stream live music and stuff like that. It's very music intensive.
Mm-hmm.
So shows are nobody's doing a show like this. I won't do a show like this. It just doesn't make sense.
Tony, you watched the entire Harry Potter series, but you just never watched the last 2. Like, were you busy?
They're some of the worst movies in the series, though.
The last 2 Harry Potter films? I thought they were great.
Really?
The worst film is the first one.
Well, the worst one, I don't disagree that the worst, just because it's such a kid's movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Chris Columbus is known for family kids movies, and he delivered. That's what that is. And I think at the time, it's what it needed to be, just to fit the story.
Sure.
But I don't know. The last 2, I don't know. They could be better. It relies on too much. You have to have too much book knowledge to kind of follow those stories. They skip over a lot of stuff, just hoping that you've read the books.
My big dumb Harry Potter brain, watching them when they came out, thought they were great.
Yeah,
thought they were great. Nerds who fucking read the book. All right, so here's some more 90s horror films that you could stream over the weekend, Cotter. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, and I actually didn't watch this one up until about 2 or 3 years ago, a movie called Event Horizon.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
So it's a sci-fi and horror movie that had notably mixed over reviews over the years. Paul W.S. Anderson directed this film. It stars Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill from Jurassic Park. It's about how pretty much an alien comes on board and possesses a cruise ship.
It involves the ocean, right? Is that it or no? Is it space?
No.
It's space?
It's space.
Okay. I was thinking something else then.
So this movie's super cool. Definitely, I think people should watch it. And it can be streamed for free on HBO Max or watched on the HBO Cinemax platforms with a subscription to HBO, DirecTV, HBO, or Cinemax.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't know why it says it can be streamed for free.
It's
you
not
have
free.
to be subscribed to those things, but you can watch it there. Or you can rent it essentially everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, one more we'll do.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Tales from the Crypt Demon Night?
I don't. Is that the one with Dennis Miller?
That's the one with Billy Zane.
I don't think so.
It is incredible.
Really?
It is fantastic. It's got Jada Pinkett Smith, William Sadler's in it. This is a great movie. You can watch it once again, DirecTV Star subscription or through Amazon with a Stars add-on. But Demon Knight's awesome.
All right, be right back. Eating at Six Flags could save you thousands of dollars. Who knew? Story number 3 about last night. So a guy out in California named Dylan found a way to save enough money to pay off his student loan, get married, and buy a house in L.A., which can't be cheap. What he did, he ate at Six Flags Magic Mountain for the past 7 years. Now, he was talking to a coworker back in 2014, and she said she spent $1,500 a month on eating out. And Dylan's like, no, that's not for me. So he found out that you could pay $150 for unlimited year-round access to Six Flags, which included parking and 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
So since 2014, Dylan has eaten an estimated 2,000 meals for 50 cents each at Six Flags.
Yeah, and he actually went in talking about how good and how bad the food has been over the years. Now, he said the first year the menu was kind of lame. All you got was burger and fries or a pizza and breadsticks or this pathetic sandwich and a refillable soda cup. It wasn't healthy at all, which was rough. Now, the premium dining menu also included typical fun fare snacks like ice cream, funnel cakes, and cookies. He goes, that's where it got dangerous. Separate from the meals, you get dipping dots, sundaes, churros, pretzels, all that type of stuff. That's what I started adding on the way. So he actually would go there on lunch break. He would walk around the park, get 5,000 steps in real quick.
Yeah.
So he could actually afford eating something, delicious like that. Now, they apparently put on more healthier options like salads and stuff. And he wound up losing a bunch of weight. Now, he did bring up one seasonal specialty sandwich.
Okay.
That he said was incredible. He said during Thanksgiving, they would have something called the Thanksgiving dog, which was a turkey dog topped with cranberry sauce stuffing and slathered with mayo. He goes, which I know sounds awful, but it was incredible. I now want to kind of live near a Six Flags in my next life and go there all the time and eat.
I know. He said he'd go for lunch, and then on his way home, he'd grab dinner. Now, he said after meeting his wife 6 years ago, he's kind of dialed it down a little bit. Only does 3 to 4 lunches a week at the park, and he's still saving money doing that. And he's a big roller coaster guy.
Yeah.
So he said his wife not into it as much as he is, so they don't do dinners there as much. But the dude saved enough money doing. It's $150 a year, lunch and dinner covered.
That's incredible.
It's a great deal.
That's incredible. But did he have nothing else in his house?
He said for the first year, he doesn't think he went to the store maybe more than a couple times because he didn't have to. He had all the food covered.
That's incredible.
All right, coming up next, details on how you score tickets for Welcome to Rockville. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right, guys, diving into our next break will be our last break of the hour. Damn. It's already going quick. I don't think I'm fully awake yet. Did you get a nap in yesterday?
I did.
You were short on sleep yesterday.
I was hurting yesterday. Yeah, I got a nap. I had a meeting at 4, and I overslept, getting my dog to doggy daycare. No, not doggy daycare. What did I oversleep? Getting him to the vet. I overslept getting him to the vet last week. So I was very hesitant to lay down at 2:30 because I'm I got a meeting at 4. If I oversleep, this is bad. So I set about 8 alarms, and I found an online wake-up call service. I set that as well.
Wow.
Because I'm I cannot oversleep this, but I'm glad I slept. I needed it.
Yeah, I got woke up on my fire alarm yesterday.
That's still crazy.
There was no fire. It just decided to go off for no reason. And then it shut itself off before I could even turn it off myself. So I literally threw it in the garbage. I just threw it away. So I hope my house burns down.
I'm going to grab coffee real quick.
There it is. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us this morning. We do have a pretty interesting show today. So at 7 o'clock, we are going to tell ghost stories. We got a ton of great stories on our social media. If you got stories that you want to share with us, feel free to call in and tell us those stories. If not, drop them into the chat or text them to us. The phone number is 1-800-394-1061. But we're going to dip the lights down low and break out the flashlights and tell your ghost stories live on the air. I'm kind of excited for this. After that, we'll play ourselves some trivia for some Saliva tickets. And then at 8 o'clock, we pretty much start drinking. We'll be taste testing a couple combinations of different things, including Jack Daniels and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Also, Twix and Captain Morgan and Almond Joys and Malibu Coconut Liqueur rum. So we're going to try those combinations out. Then we'll talk to Ryan Dunn of the Savannah Ghost Research Society. Excuse me. Right at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. And we'll wrap up as we always do with Marshall's Music News. So it should be an interesting show today because we're going to take like 3 shots of liquor at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. And then we start drinking beer at 9. So I'll be sleeping at 10:30 today. At least I got a plan, right? Speaking of another 90s horror movie that you can watch over the weekend, you can watch one of my favorites, From Dusk Till Dawn, George Clooney.
Oh, I love that movie.
Quentin Tarantino. He decided he wanted to be an actor, at least for that film.
It's never good. He acts in all of his films. No, not all. A lot of them.
Yeah, a couple of them.
I mean, the first 6 minutes of Reservoir Dogs is just him talking about Madonna wanting the big D.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. He shouldn't act. He's okay. He was okay. Actually, I'll take that back.
Yeah.
He worked in those films.
From Dusk Till Dawn is great, though.
Yeah, so it's a movie he wrote, but someone else directed, From Dusk Till Dawn. It can be streamed for free with a subscription to DirecTV, AMC, or Fubo TV.
I want to say Robert Rodriguez directed it, right?
Yeah, I believe he did direct it.
The Cheech Marin speech, if you can call it a speech.
Outside the strip club?
Before going into the strip club. Is amazing.
I don't know if you'd really call that a speech.
I was going to say, if you can call it a speech.
He just took one word and then changed the adjective of it.
Google it, not at work or around small children. Probably the elderly.
Yeah, probably just on your phone in your car is probably the best spot to do that.
It's so funny, though. So I haven't seen that movie in, a decade, 15 years.
From Dusk Till Dawn?
Yes. I need to rewatch it.
It's a good one.
Oh, so good.
It's definitely a good one. All right, we're going to have details coming up here in a few minutes on how you can win yourself some Welcome to Rockville tickets. That's going to run throughout the entire weekend. And then on Monday, I'll choose a bunch of winners. I just got our first batch of Welcome to Rockville tickets in.
Oh, yeah.
While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to run out here for a second and grab Aaron's card and throw it on his desk so I don't forget.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Once again, I think Marshall brought it up, 7 o'clock hour. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? Would love your calls or comments. Are you smarter than a community college dropout or sampling booze and candy? Interesting Friday show, guys. Interesting Friday show. Tony. Right? That's such a good line of his character in Pulp Fiction. So, allegedly, he was originally going to play the drug dealer character. I can't remember who plays him now. He was going to play the Eric Stoltz. He was going to play the Eric Stoltz character initially in Pulp Fiction. He wrote that with that in mind. But then he realized he wanted to be behind the camera because he wanted to direct the scene when they save Uma Thurman's character. So he's like, okay, switch it up. So he ended up playing Jimmy instead.
Oh.
But yeah, him talking about his coffee is just stupid, but it's awesome.
What the hell was I just saying? Oh, I was going to do I was going to get together the ghost stories real quick.
Yeah, there are a lot of girthy ones. The girthiest the girthiest turnout we've had for a topic.
Have you got an opportunity to read through any of them yet?
No, I got them, but I haven't read through them yet.
Probably a good time to start finding which ones we want to talk about. Yeah. Tony says I preferred him as Jimmy, I think. Jimmy from
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been too much of the same role if he was, the guy in the house with the blankets and then also the guy with the drugs in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
I think those roles are really similar now that I kind of think about it. Really secondary stuff. Morning, Sean. How are you? And someone dropped in like pictures from their phone.
I know. Yeah.
Oof. Stories, guys. Love them. All right, guys, once again, the question of the day. Oop, there's a phone call right there.
Rock 1061 is this?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Wanda.
It's going. It's a Friday. We've already had to yell at kids, so yay.
Good times.
Oh, always. All right, so I'm going to do a story. I'm combining two into one because it pertains to my dad.
Okay.
He passed away in 2001. My nephew was probably around 3 years old at the time. Me and Tony had driven to Pearl, Mississippi to pick up his remains. We stopped in Birmingham for the night. I talked to my mom, and she had told me that earlier today my nephew had come running into the house crying and saying that his grandpa had punched him in the shoulder.
Okay.
So there's our first one. Well, Dad's sitting in my car because he's a bunch of ashes at the time. Sometime later on, my mom was telling me about the experience she was having, which I truly believe just because of stuff I've had happen, but that's a whole different story.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She said that the channels on the TV would change by themselves. She would be at the house by herself. The phone would ring. Nobody would be on the other line. And also there were several instances at night she would wake up and look toward the corner of her room, and there was a white mist in the corner. Also, whenever my dad was home, he had chihuahuas. They would sleep on the end of the bed where they were, so she said that there were times that she felt little paw prints, little paws walking around at the end of the bed. Finally, the mist came back one night. She said, I had enough of it. She said, I looked at it and I said, Bob, if this is you, if you're not here to help me, leave me the hell alone and go away. Never saw it again.
Oh, wow.
No more occurrences.
Wow. Dad, listen.
So she finally, for a change, she told him to F off, and that's what he did.
Had to wait till the afterlife to tell him that, man. Wild.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's just my little story.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wanda.
Thanks, Wanda. Appreciate it.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye.
White mist, man. Jesus.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to edit that up real quick. Won't take long.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of the first part. Just go to the mom's story. It's the better of the two.
Yeah, the first one was kind of confusing.
Right there.
All right, guys, back on the live stream here. Cotter was editing that up real quick. Rob just chimed in. He goes, "Sup, lads? I'll tell you a true horror story. I ordered some beer online due to the lockdown here. When it arrived, it was alcohol-free." No! That's exactly what he said. There's so many O's in his no.
That's just like, that's the meanest.
Yeah.
That's just mean.
Well, that's an M. Night Shyamalan twist right there, man. Rob got totally screwed.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, we got 20 seconds. We're going back
No
on the
tip
air.
for you. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Welcome to Rockville. Always a greatly anticipated event for people here in the Low Country and Coastal Empire. It's like the closest big festival to us. And I think this year is more anticipated than ever before since we haven't had it for a year and a half.
Yeah, and it's actually incredible this year because it's happening in Daytona, Florida in November because the weather is going to be pretty outstanding. I looked it up. The average temperature in Daytona is somewhere around like the mid-70s when it comes to that time of the year.
I mean, think about it. Typically, it's been in Jacksonville in years past. In April and May, it starts to get hot.
Yep.
You're in that pit with thousands of just sweaty, gross individuals. This year in that pit, I mean, you might be sweating. It's not nearly as bad.
Yeah, you're gonna have like more of a mist. You'll be misting. You won't be really sweating. I kind of do that lady glow about you, all of us dudes.
All right, we're going to have 2 nights of Metallica. You get Disturbed, Slipknot, Mudvayne is coming back. This is going to be a great show, and you still have your chance to score tickets throughout the weekend.
So all you need to do is listen up to the very top of every hour. Every hour, we are going to be playing a spooky song. Leading into that song, you'll hear something crazy like, hey, text in this keyword for your chance to win Welcome to Rockville tickets. Well, that's all you need to do. Once you hear it, text it in to 1-800-394-1061, and you'll be in the running to win yourself some Welcome to Rockville tickets. Then on Monday, I'm going to choose a bunch of winners, and then we'll mail out your tickets to you.
All right, get more details now on the website, rock1061.com. Now, today for Beer for Breakfast, we're going to talk to a local paranormal investigator, Ryan Dunn. But coming up after 7 o'clock, we want to hear your paranormal story. So have you ever had a paranormal event happen in your life?
Yeah, have you ever had like a ghost walk in, swing the door open? Maybe they wrote a message to you in German on the mirror while you were taking a shower. I mean, all sorts of crazy stuff we've heard already.
So call, comment, and text with your paranormal stories right now. We'll have those after 7 o'clock. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, we're just reading through our stories. You know what? I'm probably going to tell Rob's. It's funny.
Okay.
But we're just reading through the stories that we got on our social media just last night.
Do you have any?
I don't have any personally, no. I mean, kind of one when I was a kid. Who would have known? I don't know. Was it a ghost? I'm not for sure. I like Renee's. Renee Howard's from the Rock 1061 Facebook page, so I could do that one.
Okay.
Is there one that you want to do?
Let's see here. Oh yeah, that one's a good one. Tim's is good. It's short and to the point, but it's good. Jeff's is good, short and to the point.
Brenton and Roy's from the Rock 1061 page. I haven't pulled the ones from the Cotter and Marsh Show page. Do you have those?
I do, so I have those as well.
Well, how about you mess with those? Is there any good ones from there that you want to use?
Is Tim's and Jeff's? Is that I think that's the Cotter and Marsh.
That's the Cotter and Marsh Show page.
So those are good. Yeah, I can read those. Then let me kind of dig through these. These are a little bit longer.
One we were not going to get to on the air, Chris Clayboss chimed in on our Facebook page. He goes, I was driving down the road and had to go to the bathroom. I hauled butt home to find out it was just a fart. Scared the hell out of me. Thanks, Chris. I didn't even think about it till now. Do we have scary music we could play?
I'm going to grab some.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I thought about it just like right before that last break. It's like, oh, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, I can grab some.
Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, we were just reading everything once again that we had there. Once again, thank you to everyone on social media that chimed in with their stories. Our question of the day is: have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? See a figure in a window, hear a scream in the middle of the night, something written in your bathroom mirror? I brought that up because that's actually the story Sherry told us yesterday, Cotter. Sherry mentioned in a ghost story that she had someone write a message to her into what she think was German in her bathroom mirror. Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to block that out. I think you did.
Okay.
Charles says he's out. He's never had a brush with a ghost or a spirit.
Yeah, we've got Marsha's is good. It's long, but I think I can. Yeah, we can make that work.
Okay.
I'm going to grab my coffee and I'll get some music.
Okay. Let me just pop this over then. All right, guys. Yeah, if you got a great story for us, feel free to drop it into the chat. You can also text us or call us, 1-800-394-1061. But wait till Cotter gets back in here. He's got the phones on his side. What's everyone doing this weekend? What's everyone got going on this weekend? I know for sure there is Wormstock 2 happening over at the Wormhole tomorrow night. Bunch of kind of like hardcore bands, more of the harder stuff, but our good friends Lilac is playing. So I may actually head on down to Wormhole tomorrow night, but I think bands start playing like super early, like at 2 o'clock. So if you're looking to get out and do something, that's definitely on the list. Obviously, there's all the trick-or-treating you take your kids out to. And then a spot that Cotter and I are stopping at later on this afternoon, we're going to Service Brewing Company around 3 o'clock, just in case anyone wants to join. Will be that service. They have a pumpkin pie beer, so we're going to go out and try that as well. Charles says, play Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath. Good background, scary music. I agree, but we couldn't play it on the stream. But there's some like ambient music I think we could play and get away with playing on the stream, possibly. Sean, you're going to a Halloween party and getting your new cell phone tomorrow. Nice. Now, I'm not kidding. Yesterday, I tried to take a nap, and my fire alarm, the smoke detector decided to just go off for no reason. And I'm not kidding. I've had that smoke detector since I moved into the house, and I don't know how long it was in the house previous to that. So I pulled the battery out, and I just threw it away. I was like, fuck you, man. So I just bought a new smoke detector carbon monoxide kind of dual guy yesterday. It woke me up. It literally woke me up the moment I was falling asleep, so I was extra mad. So yeah, big time, spiked it. So I'm getting a new one today. So hopefully my house doesn't burn down. Wanda said I had a mist with a child appear in it. What? She was in some type of uniform. I woke up from a nightmare New Year's Eve going into Y2K. I looked over and saw it. Same house mom saw those several mists. Oh my gosh. Tony says, so excited going to Jeju Spa in Atlanta. 24 hours of bliss. Do you really go there for that long? That seems like a really long time. Terabyte says, my going out card has been destroyed. Just had a baby boy on the 12th. Congratulations, Terabyte. Congratulations. Charles says, this weekend I'm hoping to murder this 10-point who is running around and screwing all the doughs out of the farm. And then working on the houses, ours, and the mother-in-law's. Rob says, pretty much recording, mixing, and then beering this weekend. Real beer, not the ghost beer. Yeah, dude. When you realize it was non-alcoholic beer, did you just like have a single tear just kind of drop down your face, and then the can just dropped out of your hand like in slow motion? and then you just walked away. You didn't even clean it up. I would have. Or I would have immediately went to raging and took the entire case of beer and just chucked them into the wilderness. Either one's approved by me. You're going to the spa, really? Yes, that long is a 24-hour pass. I've been looking forward to this for at least a year. So it really is 24 hours of pampering? Hey, what are you getting? Is it like massage, nails, steam room? What else is there to do? Your eyebrows done? I don't know. Do they feed you? It's so long. Rob says, I dropped to my knees, looked up the sky, and screamed no with the non-alcoholic beer. It's an appropriate reaction, dude. Juana says, Calvary is having a fall festival on 31st. Come on out. There you go. Sundays in general, I don't want to leave my house. It's the Lord's Day, and I praise him from within my own domicile by playing video games and doing, grown-up stuff like laundry and shit. All right, guys, once again, coming up here in just a few minutes, Cotter is going to grab our music that we're going to play behind it. But our question of the day is, have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? See a figure in a window or hear a scream in the middle of the night? All right, Cotter is back in studio. Perfect. You all set with what you need?
Yep.
All right, so real quick, we have 2 more songs playing before we jump back on the air. Mm-hmm. Do you have a story that you want to share or no?
I have. No, it's secondhand. I don't want to share it. I don't think I can convey it well enough. My buddy moved bought a house in Peoria back in Illinois, and upstairs there was just this random picture of an old lady when he bought the house. Mm-hmm. He named her something. Don't even remember what.
Eleanor.
I don't remember what he named her. But he would at first it just creeped him out, and he said didn't want to look at it. So he didn't get rid of it. He just flipped it over. Yeah. He'd come back up, it'd be flipped back over. The curtain in the window in like the attic would like open and shit. So I don't have the full story well enough to tell it, but that's kind of the gist of it.
Gotcha.
And then when he moved, he took the picture with him, which I wouldn't have done.
So he kept the picture. Mm-hmm. Wild. The only paranormal thing I had was I saw a shadow of a runner, like an athletic guy who would run. Yeah. So not you. So I saw that growing up in my small town of Deer Creek, Illinois, and that was it. That's my story.
Yeah,
it's really lame. So I think we'll just share everyone else's stories. Yeah. We have more than enough. So I had kind of highlighted 3 stories. I had Renee's story with the dog. Yep. I've got Brenton's story with the Ouija board. Okay. And then I've got Roy Always Fluffy Lee's story about his work that he does.
Yeah, I've got Marsha's, which is pretty good. I've got Tim. I've got Jeff. We've got the call from Wanda.
I don't know. What do you want to do with the call? Do you want to play it first or do you want to play it in the second break?
Let's play it in the second break.
Okay. So the first break,
I could do. Marsha's is long, but I could do that here.
All right. So how about this first break? Let's do 3. Let's first set the mood.
Yeah.
So we'll set the mood on the air.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll start off first with one of these short ones.
Okay.
You do the long one, and then we'll go on. We'll take the out on Rob's story, Rob's beer story.
Okay.
We'll have a good laugh, and then we'll jump into our break from there. So let's see. So what I say, Brenton, your story, then I'll do Rob.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. How much time we got?
We've got about 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go use the restroom before we do this.
All right, if you guys are in or want to try to score some tickets for Welcome to Rockville, about 20 seconds away from giving you another keyword to text in for your chance to win. Salsa Mark. Salsa Mark, hit us up. See? Save that down here. He's always good for a story. Oh, come on, man. So got a interview for a potential hire that I'm going on today. A-Dub buying lunch at Vic's, busting out the big guns. So yeah, I get a free lunch at Vic's today, guys. No complaint here. Oh, that's a good question because there are things before I leave that I want to do in town. Ate at Ben's the other day. I want to go back out to Huckapoo's, grab a slice there. I'd love to go to Green Truck if I can. Hit up breweries, of course. I got 4 weeks. What do I need to do in 4 weeks? What are some things I got to see before I leave? Yeah, I'll be back. My wife is staying. She's going to finish out the school year. She's here till May. But I don't know how often I'll be back or how long. So what are some go-to things I need to do before I leave? I mean, I've been here long enough. I've done a lot of it. But if you guys are leaving, what would you want to do? Where did you want to go eat? All right, we got about 3.5 minutes, and we're going to get into the story. We got a text, of course, from Salsa Mark. So that's there. Woo!
What's Salsa Mark doing?
He sent us a story.
Oh, nice. Sent us one before we even got on the air with it. Nice
Yeah.
for Salsa Mark. Charles says you got to hit Miss Wilkes before you go.
You know what? It's one thing I've never done.
Mm-hmm.
I've never gone to Miss Wilkes. That is an excellent call.
Lane says eat at the Sweet Tea Grill on Port Wentworth, shrimp and grits on fried green tomatoes. Or fried green tomatoes. Oh, okay.
Love some good shrimp and grits.
Tony says the Bloody Mary they had at Victoria 2 weeks ago was pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know what's Victoria? Where's that at?
I don't know. Wanda, I've never been a fan of Screamin' Mimi's pizza.
Mm.
When I first got here, we lived in the Oaks apartment on Wilmington Island. And I want to say the guy who owned it lived in the Oaks as well, or somebody did, because there was always a Screamin' Mimi's vehicle parked in the complex. So we finally went there one day, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I didn't get it. I didn't see it. It's like I like Sweet Melissa's. I know it's not Sweet Melissa's anymore. I like their pizza, and then Vinny's, of course. But I just never. And I only went to Screamin' Mimi's once.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was just a bad experience. I can go back and be different.
Yeah, I went to what is it called? Screaming Mimi's. I went to Screaming Mimi's and tried to buy like 40 pizzas for an event we were doing.
Yes.
And they just didn't really give a shit about me. So I just walked out, and I will never go back there again.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and I know a lot of people really like it. That's cool. Just wasn't my thing.
Also, they did me dirty, so Cotter will never go there out of respect for our brohood.
I don't know. When I get kicked out of Habersham, you stayed. So,
well, I had to buy beer for the show.
We could have gone someplace else.
I had to buy beer for the show. It was the most convenient spot. Sorry.
All right, we got about 45 seconds, guys.
You also did tell people to fuck off inside.
No.
of the building.
I said F that guy. I didn't directly tell him to F off. I
Right.
said, F that guy. And a fellow employee just happened to hear me.
Morning MK Ultra, morning Mac. What's up, guys?
To be fair, I feel it was still warranted. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? Something spooky. Maybe you saw something out of the corner of your eye. You heard somebody yell your name from an empty room. We want those stories now. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream. If you haven't done the stream thing yet, do it. You can hop on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Watch the show each and every morning. While you're there, please like, follow, and subscribe to all of the official show pages. Today, Marshall, call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. Have you ever had a paranormal experience? Has something spooky or creepy ever happened to you?
Now, I haven't had something specifically happen to me, but we asked this question to our social media followers, our fans, our loved ones, and boy, did we get a ton of great stories, Connor. So I came up with an idea yesterday. Yes. Especially if you're watching the live stream right now, it may be a good time because it's time for story time.
I love this.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to shut off our lights and make it nice and creepy inside of the studios. Hold on. Once again, if you're watching the live stream here, it's getting really creepy, really weird inside the Rock 106.1 studios for story time. Now, Cotter, do you mind if I kick off story time?
Go right ahead.
Setting the mood, making it real creepy heading into the Halloween weekend. Once again, our question of the day is, have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? Brenton Rowan did. Brenton said, I've seen my grandmother who died before I was born. We also used to mess around with the Ouija board a lot growing up as well, and that made for some interesting nights. Things being moved, sheets being ripped off the bed, and voices, growls being heard. There's a proper way to close out your session, we learned later. Ooh.
There is?
For a Ouija board, apparently.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Okay.
All right, Cotter, we're going to pass the torch over to Cotter so he could tell his spooky ghost story.
All right. This comes from Marcia. It's a long one.
Okay.
Marcia.
Tell me, Marcia.
Said years ago, my family was going through a lot of trauma.
Ooh.
Our safe, secure, cozy world had completely fallen apart. On a Sunday morning, I went out in front to get the newspaper that was usually delivered. Nowhere to be found.
Where's the newspaper?
Don't know. She came unglued. I just wanted that little bit of normalcy, and it was nowhere. My daughter and I jumped in the car to get a paper out of the street corner machine. 3 machines completely sold out.
What?
I start crying, screaming up to the sky about everything that had happened to my family in the past few months. It was at that moment that I had enough. I finished my breakdown with, please God, if you're there, I just want a newspaper. Please give me that so I know everything will be all right eventually. We got back in our car, started to drive home. All of a sudden, saw a street vendor with piles, bundles, tons of newspaper.
He was hoarding the newspaper.
All of them. Pulled up next to him, rolled down the window, handed us a newspaper. I tried to pay him. He's like, no, this paper is a gift today. My daughter and I drove off completely stunned. 500 feet away, we look back. The guy, all of his papers, gone.
No!
She said there was no way he could have piled everything into his car so quickly to get out of there.
What?
To this day, don't know what happened. Just, it is divine intervention, and it's still a story we share to this day.
Man, that's so good. All right, guys, once again, our question of the day is, Have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? Once again, it's a great day to jump on the live stream. We turned down the lights real low. We got our flashlight, and we're telling spooky stories. Once again, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Connor, let's do one more, and then we'll go to break.
Let's do it.
Rob chimed in. Rob is from New Zealand, chimed in on the stream. That's right. We have listeners from around the world. You should be scared at that thought. Now, Rob's story goes like this. He goes, "Sup, lads. I'll tell you a true horror story. I ordered some beer online due to the lockdown in New Zealand. When it arrived, it was alcohol free." No! That is the scariest. It's the scariest story I've ever heard, Cotter.
Does Rob win?
I think no. We got more stories to get to, but that was. I'm shaking.
I know.
I'm crying a little bit. Hold me. Hold me.
No.
Tell me it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
Just give me some alcohol, then. Just give me a beer or something.
We're going to do that here in a bit. All right, we got more of your stories coming up. Call, comment, and text now. Have you ever had a paranormal experience happen to you? Got a great call from Wanda we'll get to as well. All of those coming up. Here's Fozzie Insane. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Max says, I dare y'all to say Candyman right now. You got to say it into a mirror. Technically, is a video camera a mirror?
Ooh.
I know.
Well, Black Mirror. It's the monitors.
I ain't tempting it. Man. Sean goes, Sean had a good comment earlier. Where is that? Sean goes, why are you lighting those candles? What are you doing with that ball gag? Let's see. Sorry, guys. Trying to get to a bunch of your comments. A lot of you were chiming in while we were telling ghost stories right there. Max says, not me, but my dad and I believe he doesn't believe in the paranormal. Mama's mom on her deathbed, and dad and uncle were there with her. Middle of the night, dad sees the black mass. Ooh. Oh, there's more to the story. Move over to the kitchen, over to my grandma. She starts hitting the air with her fist. Dad says it was death that she was fighting. She passed away the next day. Oh,
damn. All right, so what do you want to do here? Got Wanda's call.
So we have Wanda's call to get to. I've got, let's see, I did Brenton's story. I still have, I did Rob. I still have Renee's story that I want to do, so I could do Renee's. It's a little bit longer.
That's okay.
Do you have a short one?
Yeah, I got two short ones.
All right, how about this? Let's kick off with the call.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll do Renee's. And then is your short one, is there a good one? Like, is there one better than the other?
Yeah. Tim's is good.
Okay, so how about this? So let's do, you want to end on the dog or you want to end on the dad story?
Well, let's end on Tim's. I think this is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
call you.
And Tony, yes, we do want your phone call. Call us as soon as we get off this break here. So let's do Wanda's call. I'll do Renee's story. You do Tim's, and then we'll go to break after that.
Sounds good. All right, we got about 90 seconds.
Ooh, Dragon Master 78 is following us now on Twitter, just so you know. We're moving on up in the world. Just trying to say.
Whoever's calling, sorry, guys. We only have about a minute.
All right, so phone call, me, you.
Yep.
So I'll start off with the spooky lights. Once again, guys, we're just we didn't lose power here at the radio station, which would be on par for us. It really would be. But we are telling your spooky ghost stories. Once again, our question of the day is: have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? So we're telling your ghost stories here on the air and on the stream. Mike says, also when I was on the fire department, we would get called to Fort Pulaski, often for a fire alarm. All the workers always said that when they left, the fire panels were closed. When they got back, they weren't. Ooh, crazy.
All right, got about 30 seconds, guys.
But yeah, guys, we'll definitely take your phone calls once we get off the air here, so feel free to call in at 1-800-394-1061 or drop your stories into the chat as well. We're going to kick off with Wanda's call. She called us a little bit earlier, and then I'll have a story, and Kata will have a story, and we'll get to more of yours.
We'll be right back. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? Something scary, heard a voice in another room, saw a shadow out of the corner of your eye? Share those stories now. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. It's all kinds of spooky in the studio today.
Ooh.
Taking your calls, comments, and text. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? Got a great call from Wanda. Now, this is after her dad passed away back in 2001.
My mom was telling me about the experience she was having, which I truly believe just because of stuff I've had happen, but that's a whole different story.
Right. Mm-hmm.
She said that the channels on the TV would change by themselves. She would be at the house by herself. The phone would ring. Nobody would be on the other line. And also, there were several instances at night she would wake up and look toward the corner of her room, and there was a white mist in the corner. Also, whenever my dad was home, he had chihuahuas. They would sleep on the end of the bed where they were, so she said that there were times that she felt little paw prints, little paws walking around at the end of the bed. Finally, the mist came back one night. She said, I had enough of it. She said, I looked at it and said, Bob, if this is you, if you're not here to help me, leave me the hell alone and go away. Never saw it again.
Oh, wow.
No more occurrences.
Wow. Dad, listen.
So she finally, for a change, she told him to F off, and that's what he did.
It's a great story.
Oh, absolutely. All right, guys, once again, we're asking you if you've ever had a paranormal event. We want you to tell us your story. Let's go to our Facebook page, Connor. Once again, telling you ghost stories that we got from you on our socials. Renee chimed in. She goes, I'm an appraiser, so I go into houses all over the Savannah area. One time I was alone in a vacant 200-year-old townhome doing a foreclosure appraisal. I had my dog with me because I'm scared of the dark. My dog was fine downstairs. She froze when we went to go upstairs. I had to force her. When I was finished upstairs and turned to leave, she wasn't by my side.
What?
She was always by my side. I found her frozen up against the far wall of the first bedroom, shivering. She wouldn't move. I finally had to drag her because she wasn't leaving the room. She was fine once we got downstairs. I don't know what she saw that I couldn't. I never seen her behave like that, and she's never acted like that since. Dogs have that like sixth sense, man. They know.
Dogs
they know.
and kids. Dogs and kids.
Oh, all right, guys. Once again, telling you our spooky stories, or your spooky stories. Potter, you got one.
Yeah, got one from Tim. He also hit us up on Facebook. This is a short one. When I was a senior in high school, my dad passed away. It was a few days after that I was sleeping. Around 1:30 a.m., heard his voice yell, Tim! It was coming from his bedroom. It was loud enough to wake me up, heart racing. I slowly look into the bedroom to find no one there.
It'd be weird if his dad just came back from the dead. Yeah.
Be a really good story.
Yeah, if like your dad was Beetlejuice suddenly. He's just like, hey, party time, Timmy!
All right, we are taking your calls, comments, and texts. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? Something spooky? We want those stories. Call, comment, and text 800-394-1061. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
All right, guys, I got some phone lines are lighting up the entire time. Let's take this phone call.
Rock 1061, who's this?
Hey, buddy, it's John, man. I got a good ghost story for you.
All right, hits up.
All right, man. So I remodeled a house about 20 years ago. We moved into it. First kid, I started remodeling, and I started hearing switches at night when I was sleeping. I'd stay there and hear switches at night.
Mm-hmm.
People turning on, flicking on lights, flicking them off, just switches like that. We moved in there, and there's this little foyer area, and where you go in, and there's a bathroom and the two bedrooms, this little foyer right there, kind of a little hallway. I got up at night, and my wife was sleeping, and I walk out into this little foyer, and the whole ceiling of this foyer looks like there's water on top of it.
What?
It's coming down. And I'm like, bro, am I fucked up? I'm like, I go in the bathroom, and I wash my face off, and I open
Oh, no, John. You're cutting out.
The ghost don't want him to finish the story.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Go back.
Can you hear me? Okay, so
Go back. Hold on. Go back to the water on the ceiling part.
Okay, there was water on the ceiling. It looked like there was water on the ceiling. So I went into the bathroom. I shook my head, and I'm like, I must be fucked up, bro. I went in the bathroom and washed my face off, man. And I opened the door, and I looked out there, and it was still there, dude. Still there.
Was it like how much water was it? Like 3-4 inches, a foot of water?
It looked like there was a couple feet of water on the up to the ceiling, and then it looked like there was gold flakes raining down. And the only thing that I can think of is that the lady that lived there, she lived there with a couple of tweakers, man, and they were taking care of her, but they really didn't take that good of care of her, and she died in her bed.
Oh, no.
So I think that was her. I think that was her just kind of saying, hey, okay, I know I'm dead now, I'm leaving. Because after that, I never heard anything else. That
Really?
was kind of like, it was really, dude, it was really beautiful, but it was really fucking scary.
Yeah. Jesus, John, thank you so much for that story. That was awesome.
Yeah, buddy. And you know, through my life, man, I'm an empath, and I see shit. I'm a psychic, so I see shit all the time, dude. But that was like one of the best,
dude.
Like one of the most fucking scariest ones I've ever fucking been in, dude.
Dude, John, text us so we have your number. We want to bring you on before we leave the show.
Okay, dude. All right. I'm driving to Lowe's right now. I'm remodeling my house. I'll text you guys my number to this number right here.
Yeah, it's 1-800-394-1061. Yeah, text us. Just say, hey, it's John, the psychic, and then we'll reach out to you.
All right, buddy.
All right, thanks, dude.
Thanks, man. See ya.
Yeah, man.
John sounds fun.
I mean, talk about bury the lead. Oh, by the way, I'm a psychic,
yeah,
guys.
also a psychic.
All right, let me edit that up real quick. Oh, sorry.
There you go. Now we're back. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your stories. John's story was weird and creepy. It took a second to edit because his phone cut out there, and, well, he cussed too. So that's all set. Andrew says, I'm experiencing paranormal activity right now. I see a ghost to the left of Marshall. It's a weird guy that keeps calling himself Cotter.
All right, that's good. Well played. Well played. All right, so what do you want to do here? We got 2.5 minutes.
So I went back in the chat, and we got a ton of stuff from the chat, but I'm going to do Michael's story.
Okay.
Michael had a story for us. I also have Roy's story. He's the guy, he runs his own paranormal investigation team based in Hinesville.
Okay. You want to read both of those or one of those?
I mean, we've got the story from John.
Yeah. So we can end on that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if yours... Because I don't want to get into too many lengthy ones.
Yeah, I mean, the two that I want to do are fairly short. They're like 3 sentences a piece.
Okay, well,
and the call is like a minute.
A minute and a half. So, yeah, do both of those. We'll do the call, and then we'll set up trivia.
You don't have anything else you want to do over there?
Nah, nothing stands out that much.
Some other ones, we got a minute and a half before we jump back on. Thomas says, I was RV camping and saw a torso and a head walk the length of our RV. It was at ground level, and I could only see the upper body as it walked. It looked solid.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Dale had a terrifying one. Dale said, about a month after my son was killed, I was sitting in my recliner looking at our security camera monitor. I saw my son walk up our steps, stop, and wave into a camera. I jumped out of my seat, ran out the door to find nobody. I ran around the house looking and nothing. I was freaked out and out of breath. I decided to play back the camera, and there was nobody on it.
Dude. This isn't necessarily ghost involved, but it kind of had the vibe. So in high school, a kid that I went to high school with died by suicide. And I mean, it was, I have a small school. It was a thing, it was a rough thing. Well, he was in my science class, and he sat to like the far left-hand side of the classroom. And on that side of the room, there was a door that went outside.
Mm-hmm.
So one day during class, the door was open for whatever reason, and our teacher, Mr. Rote, looked over and said, "Hey, Travis." Kid's name was Travis. Mm-hmm. And everybody in the class went, "What the," because it's like he was looking at the chair and said this kid's name. There's another kid named Travis who's standing out the back door. But talk about just freak all of us the F out.
Oh.
All right, be right back. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen to you? We are currently taking those stories, got some good ones, including great call from John coming up. Some great stories this morning. Have you ever had a paranormal event happen in your life? Some good ones, man. Good ones.
All right, so Roy hit us up on the Facebook page, Cotter.
Okay.
He said, I run my own paranormal investigation team based in Hinesville. I've witnessed all sorts of stuff from being touched to hearing disembodied voices. He says, the thing that got me into this field is when I was 15 years old. I had a black shadow figure run at me in my house and made me pass out.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Would that make you want to get into it or hide from it for the rest of your life?
Kind of both, because you're intrigued.
You want answers?
Yeah, you want some answers. Yeah, I believe, as Fox Mulder said. All right, continuing on. Michael chimed in on the stream today. He said, I believe in ghosts and spirits. It's been a while, but the last time I saw a ghost was on Tybee Road, just past Bull River, eastbound, heading towards Tybee. And there was a ghost on the left-hand side. He said, I couldn't tell if it was a male or female, but they had a bag with them. It was the second time I had seen that ghost at the exact same spot over the years.
Oh, so like a ghostly hitchhiker.
Like trying to make their way to the afterlife, but no one will pick them up.
Oh, man, so many great stories. We're going to wrap it up with this great call from John.
I remodeled a house about 20 years ago. We moved into it. First kid, I started remodeling, and I started hearing switches at night when I was sleeping. I'd stay there and hear switches at night.
Mm-hmm.
People turning on, flicking on lights, flicking them off, just switches like that. we moved in there, and there's this little foyer area, and where you go in, and there's a bathroom and the 2 bedrooms, this little foyer right there, kind of a little hallway. I got up at night, and my wife was sleeping, and I walk out into this little foyer, and the whole ceiling of this foyer looks like there's water on top of it. So I went into the bathroom. I shook my head, and I'm like, I must be bro. I went in the bathroom and washed my face off, man, and I opened the door, and I looked out there, and it was still there, dude. Still there.
Was it like how much water was it, like 3-4 inches, a foot of water?
It looked like there was a couple feet of water on the up to the ceiling, and then it looked like there was gold flakes raining down. And the only thing that I can think of is that the lady that lived there, she lived there with a couple of tweakers, man, and they were taking care of her, but they really didn't take that good of care of her, and she died in her bed.
Oh, no.
So I think that was her. I think that was her just kind of saying, hey, okay, I know I'm dead now. I'm leaving. Because after that, I never heard anything else. That
Really?
was kind of like, it was really, dude, it was really beautiful, but it was really scary.
Oh, my God.
You know, like I say, one of my biggest disappointments of my 13 years here in Savannah, one of the most haunted cities in America, is really never having that paranormal experience.
Right.
Then I hear a story like that from John, and I go, you know what? I think I'm good. I think I'm good, because I don't know how I would react in that situation.
Well, I mean, the kicker of that call, we didn't even play back for you guys. John, at the end of it, says, I'm an empath. He's actually a psychic, Cotter.
Yes.
So we got his information. Don't worry. We may have John on the show with us here in the next few weeks.
All right, we got to change tones here for a second, guys. Got to head into some trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We got tickets for Saliva to give away.
Ooh, scary with just the single light on me. Sorry. That's right. Saliva's going to be playing December 9th over at Victory North Savannah. If you want a pair of tickets to this show, all you have to do is call us up, 1-800-394-1061. The first caller in, we'll hook you up with tickets. Then you'll play trivia against one of us.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Call now to play, 800-394-1061.
We could have done scary stories the entire hour.
The whole hour.
We should have.
I know. Rock 1061, who's this?
It's Michael.
Michael. Play some trivia today?
I sure do.
All right, man. Who do you want to take on, Cotter or Marshall?
I'm going to take on Cotter. You know, I got to get a win before you leave us.
All right. Best of luck, sir.
All right, Michael, I think you know the deal. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Where's my trivia questions? They're right here. No big deal. I'm stalling for time. Just hang there, Michael. And, we're ready now. Okay. All right, as I said, you know the deal. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will begin after I ask the first question. This round, we have 3 multiple choice questions, so just a quick heads up there. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right, question number 1 is multiple choice. Where is Michelangelo's David located at? Is it Florence or San Marino?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Florence.
That is correct. Question number 2. What type of fruit is a winter banana?
Pass.
Question number 3 is multiple choice. When did the United States Post Office Department release its first Christmas stamp? 1960, 1961, or 1962?
1962.
That is correct. Question number 4. What 1981 movie required some 7,000 snakes?
Oh. Pass.
Question number 5. Which river did Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn sail down?
Oh, crap. Pass.
Question number 6 is multiple choice. What year did Princess Diana divorce Prince Charles? 1995, 1996, or 1997?
1996.
That is correct. Question number 7. Balsam, Fraser, and Douglas are all types of what?
Plants.
Incorrect. One last chance at question number 2 as time winds down. What type of fruit is a winter banana?
I don't know. It's some kind of fruit.
That's true. All right, man. Your time is up. Michael, you got 3 out of 7. Cotter? Michael got 3 out of 7 today.
Okay.
Let's see if you could do better. Same rules apply. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Moving into trivia right now. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Here we go. Question number 1. Where is Michelangelo's David located? This is multiple choice. Is it Florence or San Marino?
San Marino. No, it's got to be Florence, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Question number 2. What type of fruit is a winter banana?
The devil's fruit? Pass. I don't know.
Question number 3 is multiple choice. When did the United States Post Office Department release its first Christmas stamp? 1960, 1961, or 1962?
1960.
Incorrect. Question number 4. What 1981 movie required some 7,000 snakes?
Indiana Jones?
That is correct. Question number 5. Which river did Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn sail down?
Mississippi.
That is correct. Question number 6, multiple choice. What year did Princess Diana divorce Prince Charles? 1995, 96, or 97?
Oh. 95.
Incorrect. Question number 7. Balsam, Fraser, and Douglas are all types of what?
Wood. Lumber. Trees.
Yeah. And your time is up. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. You get the win today, 4-3.
Okay. All right. All right, Michael, you still got 4 weeks to take me down, so plenty of time, but you got some tickets for Saliva.
Sweet. I said trees, too. Come on now.
You didn't say trees.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the tape, Michael.
We'll listen to the tape.
We'll definitely listen to the tape.
We'll change it.
Okay.
You said plants.
Plants,
Yeah, you did say plants.
they're all the same thing.
I'm pretty sure you should stick to doing what you do.
All right, I got his number. So Marshall will be giving you a call. We'll get you set up for the tickets for Saliva.
All right, gentlemen, y'all have a good one.
You too, man.
All right, man.
Thanks.
All right, let's go over the correct answers to clear up everything. Where is Michelangelo's David located? Yes, that is Florence, Italy. Question number 2, what type of fruit is a winter banana? It's an apple. Fun fact.
What?
Yep, it's an apple. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Question number 3. When did the United States Post Office release its first Christmas stamp? That would be 1962. Question 4. What 1981 movie required some 7,000 snakes? Yes, that would be Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. Question 5. What river did Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn sail down? Mississippi. What year did Princess Diana divorce Prince Charles? 1996. And Balsam, Fraser, and Douglas are all types of trees. I was looking for trees or fir trees.
Okay.
You kept going. I gave it to you. Maybe I'm being too nice to you on the way out here, Connor,
Maybe.
but you'll take the win 4-3 today.
All right, back at it on Monday, 7:30. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Coming up next, we're going to sample some alcohol and some Halloween candy.
Yep.
Some fine, classy pairings coming up after 8. Connor and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. All right, guys, edit this up. Be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We got tickets for Saliva today. Michael is on the line. Michael, who do you want? Myself, Cotter, or Marshall? There you go.
All right, guys, back on the live stream. Thanks for hanging with us while Cotter was editing that up. Woo. He's having a good time today, man. All right, so we're going to be diving into the top of the 8 o'clock hour. The story we talked about yesterday, at the end of the segment, I thought, well, how dumb is this if we don't try some? I mean, we talked about it, but, you could talk about stuff or you could do stuff in life, right? And we're doing stuff. So yesterday we talked about what candies, Halloween candies, go great with what type of liquor. So Cotter and I were doing the Lord's work, and we are going to try out these combinations that a article put together, and we're going to make sure they taste great together. Now, our buddy Rob from New Zealand said, what's the most touristy thing to do in Savannah, Cotter? So I thought, you know what? Let's ask the group that while everyone's here on the live stream with us. What's the most touristy thing to do in Savannah?
Go to Paula Dean's restaurant.
Paula Dean's restaurant would be good. Going down to River Street, walking down the stone stairs of death, and getting drunk on St. Patty's Day. That's about the touristy thing you could do.
Any of the trolley tour stuff.
Trolley tours are cool. Ooh, how about this? Do the Hearse Tour.
Yeah, the Hearse Tour is cool.
The Hearse Tour is awesome. So they have these hearses. They cut out the back and they put in like these bench seats, and you they're better than bench
they
seats.
raise them up too. Yeah.
And you sit on these seats, and they take you around and tell you ghost stories in the back of a hearse here in Savannah. That's super cool. I've done that a bunch of times.
Yeah, that's fun.
Charles says, shit, I forgot my sweatshirt. Just had to walk out on a dock to measure, and now I'm freezing. I could cut glass with my nipples. Yeah, trolley tours, I think, would be the most kind of like Savannah-y thing. Yeah, the Hearse tours are super cool, Nathan. Man, we got so many stories that were just on the stream that
I know. Yeah, we could have done that for an hour.
Yeah, we could have easily. Damon says, this happened back on 2014 or 15 when I was living in Athens. I woke up at 3 a.m. to the feeling of a calloused hand like that of a lifelong field worker stroking my cheek in pitch black.
Oh.
That just sounds like your cat was licking your face. Damon continues on saying, I opened my eyes and the room was empty, but the feeling continued and I can see a depression like someone sitting on the edge of my bed. I lived on land that used to be a slave plantation at the time. Oh,
damn.
MK Ultra says, after my grandmother's wake and funeral, us men of the family were gathered in her house drinking as good Irish families do, and we all started arguing, and then all the power started flickering in the house.
Salsa Mark hit us up. He says his house is haunted by his deceased wife. She actually died in the backyard right outside the back door. He said stuff falls in my house every once in a while. If I'm on her laptop, I get touched. That happens like on a weekly basis.
She's trying to lead him away from the porn.
It's always extremely active at my house, especially between October 12th and January 19th. It's kind of the time frame when she passed away. I don't mind that it's a little spooky, but I have briefcases that fall out of drawers, and there's no way they can do that because so all kinds of weird stuff at this house.
Yeah, that segment blew up, Wanda, for sure. Sherry says, Kelly, tours are awesome. Rob goes, awesome. Sounds great. Hearse Tour on St. Patty's Day. Exactly.
Yes.
That's a great way to do Savannah, for sure. Go to Bonaventure Cemetery.
Yeah, that's a good
Go to Tybee.
Yeah.
What's the...
walk around with open alcohol.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, just go to the lighthouse in Tybee.
Preferably non-alcoholic or alcoholic. Don't do the non-stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean... He's a grade A alcoholic. I mean,
it listens to our show. He has to be.
Absolutely. Man, we got so many stories. How about this? Elaine, the biker, chimed in. She goes, when my kids were little, they used to find old bottles and musket balls near the creek behind my property.
Damn.
Sherman's army came down Black Creek on their way to Atlanta, so that is where we think those items were from. I still have a few bottles. We have had weird things happen here since the kids found them. One night, some biker friends stayed the night, and they woke up the next morning and said a ghost effed with them all night. I didn't tell them about the ghost. Crazy.
Tony's in studio.
So someone ate one of our Twix bars.
Yes.
So while you were editing up, I asked if Tony was at work already because I was asking if we had another Twix bar we could get. And there she is.
Look
with
at that.
Twix bars.
You're the best, Tony.
Rats, yes, sorry, we are seeing your comments. Well, I saw that one at least. We're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
What else? Right, no, we're not ignoring you. Tourist thing for Savannah, probably River Street area. Yeah, for Savannah, 100%.
Yeah.
And we went back. He definitely said plants. For Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia?
Yeah, he said plants.
100, Michael. We love you still. Let's see. I know there's some more. All sorts of crazy stuff. Rhett said, I've told this one before, but on patrol around 2 a.m., saw some weird stuff. I've seen humanoid figures and floating lights. When I turn to look again, there's nothing.
All right, we got about 2 minutes left to trivia. Obviously, commercials.
All right, so coming up next, once again, doing the Lord's work. I really feel like we're doing service to the community. When they say, Cotter and Marshall, what have you done to make Savannah better? I am going to point to this segment.
I think that's fair.
I think it's fair.
No, I do too.
We talked about keeping your stoner edible candy lookalikes away from your children. I'm going to point to that.
Yep.
And then I'm going to say, then I also ate candy and drank liquor to make sure it tasted good together. We're doing good stuff, dude. This is a good show.
I think so.
Yeah, high five to you today. High five to us.
All right. Okay.
Cotter, with your win just as well for Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout Trivia, you have now hit 49 wins.
Ooh,
You're almost to the 50 burger.
One more to go.
I'm at 51 wins, 7 losses, 9 ties. You're at 49 wins, 8 losses, and 5 ties.
Nice.
John the Psychic did message us, guys, so that's the great news. We'll have possibly a psychic on the show, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
It's something we talked about right at the beginning.
It was. We brought that up way early on. So, yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, okay. So, speaking of, because it'd be a question I can ask him, but we have the Magic 8 Ball. So, I got a question for the Magic 8 Ball.
Okay. Hit me up. Magic 8 Ball time, guys. Hashtag Ask the 8 Ball.
Is me taking this job in Austin the biggest mistake of my life?
Oh, good question.
Right? The look at your face.
It says yes.
That thing never goes to yes.
It never goes to yes.
Yes.
It never goes to yes.
Damn you, 8 Ball.
No, I'll show you just so you know I'm not messing with you.
I don't want to see it. I believe
it says yes. It says yes.
Maybe I didn't word the question properly.
It never lands on yes. Ever. It says always ask again. Depending. It never lands on yes.
Yeah, too late.
Yep.
Too late.
How do you think you're going to die in Austin? Massive coronary.
Yeah.
Aneurysm.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
Drug deal gone wrong. You're a drug guy.
No. I'll have somebody else do that for me.
Ask if Cotter gave 3 answers for the last answer. Oh.
Well, maybe.
He did. He kind of did.
But I said them fast enough in succession. They were really just one answer.
He did.
All similar things.
I gave him like a split second, and he just like verbal diarrhea all over that question, and I guess I just had to give it to him, Michael. Sorry.
You know what? I respect that decision.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, Mike, even if he got it wrong, it would have been a tie, not the win you're looking for. Not the win. Max says, be more specific with the question.
I think I was pretty damn specific.
Yeah, well. Ooh, Tony says you'll die of a green chili overdose.
Ooh, hey, got to go.
It's not the worst.
No.
I mean, best way to die. I think we've talked about the best ways to die, but I'll still hold tight to the fact avalanche of boobs, which I think is what Homer Simpson said.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I believe I stole that from Homer Simpson,
nice.
But I'll go with that one.
Oh, that's fair.
All right, guys, how close are we? Oh, like 5 minutes away.
Yeah, we still got time.
I need to gather some vessels for the liquor, unless you want to drink straight out of the bottles.
No, preferably not. preferably not.
I meant to grab some crappy shot glasses. What do we have? I guess we'll just drink out of glasses.
We
right?
got, or we. I think. Do we have plastic cups? We got some of the like coffee cups in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go grab some of those.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Because I'm not looking, to do like shots of liquor and then drink beer on top of it and then go to a lunch meeting.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
Oh, did you put in an offer, Wanda? That's awesome. Yeah, I met with our realtor yesterday. I think we're pretty much okay. I got to paint our bedroom, which my wife loves the bedroom. We painted it like this burnt orange and yellow color. And then we got these prints of paintings that she really, really likes. So she absolutely loves the bedroom. And that was the one room in the house the realtor's like, you got to paint that, guys. Everything else is fine, but you got to paint that. So she's like, I may cry when we're painting. So that's what we're going to do this weekend. Lots of house painting. So for beer today, I don't remember the name, but there's a chocolate stout from New Realm. I was there on Wednesday. So I got this. I think it's a pretty decent-sized stout. Then for beer number 2, I just got the 2. I got something from Terrapin. Haven't had a Terrapin beer in a while. And they have it's a pale ale, but it's all about the Atlanta Braves. So
okay.
In honor of the Braves, we're going to drink a beer that Terrapin did for them. Of course, Terrapin's got an actual brewery up in the Battery there at the stadium, right?
I've been there multiple times. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Wanda says, hashtag Ask the 8-Ball. Will the seller of the house in Rincon accept her offer? Let's find out. Without a doubt.
Oh.
Without a doubt, Wanda.
Why couldn't I? No, I didn't want that. Either one is bad.
Yeah, the other one's not good for you.
Rob, walk into the lunch meeting. Hey, guys, I love you, man.
You're hired. Fired. Wanda said, okay, we'll see. Max says, weekend edition, 3 remotes come to the South Georgia State Fair. Start driving and packing stuff. Bundle up because it's currently cold. Not trying to mess up production in church. There you go. Mac has a nice, beautiful weekend ahead of her.
Yeah, our weekend is painting our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Start packing stuff. Maybe if sometime on Saturday, maybe I can swing by and get some boxes.
Yep.
So I need to get plenty of boxes. Start packing. Paint the bedroom, pack. Are probably the 2 big things. We'll have to. It kind of stinks because it's like we got like signed guitars hung in the living room and stuff like that. She's like, I'd probably take that stuff down. I'm like, it's fine.
The guitars, I think, would be cool.
She was the thought process behind it because she was like, she initially she's like, take down any family photos, and then she was looking at the living room. I'm like, we could take the guitar stuff down if you don't think And she's like, well, you want people to picture that it's them living there, not you living there. I'm like,
right.
I get it. I just really, I don't know. It's that part will suck. It just looked really nice.
We also have 3 Braves games this weekend.
Yes.
Starting tonight. They all start at 8:05, I believe. So
okay.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They're off Monday, and then they're back Tuesday. So hopefully
2 out of 3 is what they need. Get at least 2 out of 3.
We said it from the beginning. Braves and 6, guys. Braves and 6. Max says, hey, if y'all want to split storage, I only need it for a month. There you go. I don't know what you were talking about, but there you go.
I don't know either. We're going to throw it all in the garage until we move.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and pour out some liquor, not for my homies, but in our cups.
Wanda, I get it. Yeah, buying a house thing is always stressful. Is that the Jack Daniels that's in my office for the past almost year that we've never opened?
Yeah, what?
Okay, just checking.
No, it's sealed, dude.
No. It's great.
Jack Daniels doesn't go bad.
No. I was just asking because we had this grand idea of putting in a bar in my office, and we've touched just a handful of the booze in there.
Well, I think it'd be a little bit different if
we weren't doing mornings.
Well, if anyone worked here.
Yeah, that's true. Mac, yes, it is very nice to have the garage.
I used to drink Jack Daniels exclusively for a couple of years, and I stopped because it was too sweet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to like or hate this. Hold on, let me smell it. Oh, it's too many memories, which is what flowed back into my head there.
It's Jack and Reese's, right?
Jack and Reese's.
Okay.
Then it's Malibu and Almond Joy. Right. And then it is Twix and Captain Morgan.
Okay. Woo! Woo!
Okay, all right. Got a little bit of Jack on my fingers. I'm going to smell like an alcoholic all day, which is not actually any different than a regular day. All right, so there's... So first break, let's set up what we're doing.
Okay.
And then we'll do one, and then on the second break, we'll do two, right?
Okay, yeah, that works.
Which one do you want to do first?
I mean, we can do the Jack and Reese's. It's ready to go.
I think that one's going to be the best, though, right? Or do you think the coconut one's going to be the best?
If I had to get, you want to do both of those in the second half then?
Yeah, let's do those. Yeah, in the second half. So I'll set up the rum right now.
Okay.
And once again, we have a gigantic handle of Captain Morgan rum at the office at all times.
Yeah, of course. I got about 90 seconds.
I'm pouring as quick as can, man. Jesus. This is Captain Morgan with Twix.
Yes.
You want a left or right Twix?
I got a left. I'm fine with that.
I got a left as well. Is there a right one?
I don't know.
I'll go right. I'll take a right one.
Okay.
And then I'll pour the last one once we come back. We're within a minute of going on air, and I don't want to drop anything. All right, so first one up is Twix and Captain Morgan. Do we know where the story came from?
That's what I'm trying to find.
I just copy and pasted my notes from yesterday.
I'm trying to find that real quick. We got about 30 seconds. I think I got it from this one. Maybe. I don't know.
It's a peanut butter cup. Well, actually, today we'll be using a peanut butter bat, I believe. Yeah, a peanut butter bat.
Oh, that's where I got that one. I don't remember. Sorry.
That's fine. It don't matter.
All right, guys. Be right back. How well does Halloween candy pair with alcohol? We're about to find out. Cotter and Marshall Show. Big thanks to everybody hanging out on air and online today. If you haven't streamed the show, do it. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Now, yesterday on the show, we came across an article that talked about pairing Halloween candy with different types of alcohol.
Right.
And we picked 3 that we really liked. And we're like, we got to try this.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing the Lord's work here. I mean, we're doing the stuff that is going to lead into all of you having probably your best weekend ever, best Halloween weekend ever. So, yeah, there are 3 total combinations we are going to try from a story that we found online. The first one, Cotter, is going to be Captain Morgan. So if you're watching the live stream, holding up, we have a handle of Captain Morgan that we always keep in the office. I like to call it our emergency rum. It's always nice to have. And the combination with that is a Twix candy bar.
I like a Twix, man. I would say I would rate, I don't know if it's top 5. It's probably close.
Twix is right up there. Twix is always a go-to. Peanut butter Twix. Big fan of.
Man, I haven't had those in a while. They used to have like a cookies and cream Twix that I really liked. No?
No, not about that life.
I'm good at the original, though. So how do you want to do? Are you going to take a sip and then bite then sip? What are you going to do?
Well, let's go over the combination and why they chose this. So they said pairing a dark rum with a Twix bar is like pairing peanut butter and jelly. They go perfectly together. The darkness of the rum will be nicely balanced by the lightness of the cookie and chocolate and caramel or caramel, depending if you're an animal or not. We'll just pull it all together. So, yeah, I mean, I think I think it says the darkest rum will be nicely balanced by the lightness of the cookie. Yeah, I think you take a little drink and then you take a bite.
All right, here we go, guys.
Let's do that.
Let's see how it is.
Can confirm.
That's pretty good.
That's delightful.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Can I just soak it in the rum?
You should. You absolutely should. He's actually doing it.
Really don't know how I'm going to get it out.
So, no, just drink it.
I'm not going to. I know.
No, there's not that much alcohol in there.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever had like around the holidays whiskey ball?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay.
You get the cookie, you get the caramel, you get the chocolate, and you get a kick of the rum. That's the way to go.
All right. So can confirm The combination of rum and Twix bars, 100% on point.
That's delicious.
Yeah, so if you, after your kids get back from trick-or-treating, pull all the Twix bars out of their candy bags. They don't get those. Those are Papa's share, as we like to say. And pull out the rum, because that's an excellent combination. Now, we have two more that we need to confirm are good or not. We have Jack Daniels and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and then we also have Malibu Liqueur and Almond Joys.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
I'm interested in both. I want to try both.
All right, we'll get to that next. The latest from Volbeat at Shotgun Blues, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. That's pretty good.
The first one was good, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, can confirm, very, very good. Max says, boozy cake pops at Electric Moon were pricey but delicious, infused with different types of liquor. Yum.
That sounds good. We used to have, so I worked on a smooth jazz station years ago, and we had a weekend program where a professor at a local college, music professor, would come in and do a live music show, and he'd sit there and play piano. And every holiday, every time around the holidays, he would bring rum balls to the studio, or whiskey balls, and they were utterly delicious. And it was surprising, however he did it, you actually got a little bit of that alcohol bite when you ate these, and they were the best things ever. That's exactly what that reminds me of.
All right, so I've got the combination. Do you want to do peanut butter or Almond Joy first? The clear liquor? Yeah. Let's do the whiskey and peanut butter first.
Okay.
And then we'll do the coconut on coconut last.
Coconut and coconut action, guys.
Once again, really doing the homework over here today. Okay, so yeah, up next we'll do Jack Daniels and the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. We'll actually be using a Reese's Peanut Butter bat instead of the cup. Sorry, that's what we had.
I got a ghost.
Oh, you got a ghost?
I got a ghost.
Oh, I got a bat.
Nice.
Mine's probably way different. Can you hand me the Jack Daniels bottle?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
There we go.
Just going to show them off on the live stream once we get on air here. But had the wife last night go and pick up Malibu. So the only thing I had pineapple flavored rum, and I'm like, that's not it.
No, that's not it.
Because you need the coconut on coconut.
Yeah.
Rhett says, good thing I got some Captain Morgan home. Yes, you do. Max says, I'm annoying. Any member of the Horde know of a decently priced storage unit place or have any pull for a good deal for a month? They are different. Oh, okay. Yeah, when it comes to more storage places, we use a couple here at the radio station to store some of our stuff. Mac, talk to me when you get in about those.
Yeah, that's when we move, because obviously the wife's staying, and so I have to time it out to where we can move our stuff to Austin, find a storage unit there, unload it, and it's just going to sit in storage for 6 months. And then, my wife moves to Austin to unpack.
Are you getting rid of like almost all your furniture?
We're getting rid of everything. I mean,
keep the bed?
Keeping the bed, keeping my youngest daughter's bed, because obviously she'll come back over summer. And then my wife's going to keep my oldest kid's bed, so she has something to sleep on while she's here, but that ain't going to come with us.
Right.
We're getting rid of, we've had a couch that was my wife's grandma's couch from like the 70s. Getting rid of that. The 2 couches we bought.
End of an era.
I know. Getting rid of the 2 couches we bought. So, I mean, yeah, if we don't need a kitchen table, getting rid of that. We don't need it, we're not taking it.
Yeah.
So, because we realized quickly, our house is about 1,900 square feet. Once the kids are out, we don't need that much.
Yeah.
The upstairs of our house literally belongs to our cats. They each have their own bedroom. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
All right, we're going back on air here in just a few seconds.
All right, guys, be right back. Does Jack Daniels pair well with a Reese's Cup? We're about to find out. Yesterday on the show, talked about an article that paired different types of alcohol with different Halloween candies. So today, we're putting 3 of those pairings to the test. Up first was Captain Morgan and a Twix. It was really good.
It was really good. You actually dropped your Twix into the alcohol, had a rum-soaked Twix, and you said it was excellent.
That was the way to go. It's the way to do it.
All right, so we have two more combinations that we got to get to. First one up, Cotter, is going to be Jack Daniels and a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Now, we don't have the cups. I have a bat.
I got a ghost.
And you've got a ghost. Kind of the same thing. Did you already bite into yours?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I know you're a big Reese's.
I love me some
guy.
Reese's.
All right, hold on tight. Don't jump into it yet. So once again, showing off, if you're watching the live stream today, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, showing off the real Jack Daniels. We are using real Jack Daniels for this. Now, I think we go the same way we did last time. We take a drink of the alcohol and then take a bite into the candy.
Okay.
So, cheers.
Cheers.
This one I don't like as much.
I don't either.
You don't like it at all? I mean, I love Reese's peanut butter cups and candies. Oh.
I'm not a fan of that one.
I don't think the sweetness of the Jack Daniels goes very well with the peanut butter.
No. Here's the thing, and nothing against Jack Daniels. If I'm mixing it with like some Coke, cool.
Yeah.
I don't like it straight, man.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I used to love Jack Daniels, and I used to be my go-to drink, but I've really fallen off the wagon with it. I just thought it was too sweet. Now, according to this, they said they're a firm believer that peanut butter makes everything better, even whiskey. So for all you non-whiskey drinkers out there, they think it paired really well together. I think this person is completely off. Do not combine your Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Jack Daniels this weekend.
If you want peanut butter whiskey, get Screwball. It is delicious.
That would probably be really well with the Reese's
that'd be
Peanut Butter
great.
Cup.
That makes way more sense.
All right, we have one more combination of candy that we're trying. Once again, doing the research for you so you don't have to this weekend. I know some people would say we'd be doing the Lord's work. You know, do you think we're heavenly in any sort of way? We like to think so. We're God's gift to everyone. That's why we have our own morning show.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's
okay.
it. All right, Cotter, so let's dive into the last combination. Malibu rum. Is it rum? It says liqueur on the bottle.
Yeah, I guess it's probably a stretch.
Caribbean rum with coconut liquor. Liqueur.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Oh, there it is on the camera here. All right, so this is Malibu with an almond joy. Now, it says, go ahead and make yourself a Malibu mixie, and while you're sipping, take a bite of an almond joy. You'll feel like you're at the beach in the Bahamas. So let's check out this combination, Cotter.
Okay, I'm in. Cheers.
You have no other choice to be in.
I like that one.
Oh, that's delightful.
That one's really nice.
It's coconut on coconut on coconut.
Now, what would be great is got a pina colada and
oh yeah,
and almond joy, 100% all day long.
The coconut and the pineapple. Oh man, it'd be delightful.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I the Twix and the Captain Morgan was good. I think I like this one better. It just complements each other too perfectly.
Yeah, it's really really good. Now the only bad one was sadly the whiskey and the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or bat or ghost. But there you go. I mean, right there. Did all the work for you guys. You go out and have a fun weekend.
All right, coming up next, going to tell you how you can score tickets for Welcome to Rockville, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Rob says the only taint Jack Daniels needs is Coke.
I agree, man.
Let me solidify that.
I agree.
Sean says, and we're back, driving all the way to work in my truck with the gas light on. There's my spooky story. I made it and got free gas. Woohoo. Good for you, man. Those are nice flavor combinations. Mm-hmm. I like the last one the best. All right, we're talking Welcome to Rockville next. And then on the bottom half of the hour, I think we just kind of have two random stories, right?
Elon Musk, very, very rich.
Elon Musk is very, very rich. And then we'll also talk about go-to sandwiches.
Yeah, I thought this was interesting because I realize I have two go-to sandwiches when I go to a restaurant, especially when I go to a restaurant for a first time. I usually will get one of these two. Yeah. So if you have a sandwich that is kind of like your go-to when you go out to eat, hit us up in the chat now. Let us know what it is.
Sherry Miller says Gatorade and Jack Daniels is actually good. Interesting.
Really?
So you're hydrating and then dehydrating yourself at the same time with that.
What kind of Gatorade? I mean, I'm guessing there's got to be a specific kind, right?
Blue? Oh, maybe. You know what? Fruit Punch and Jack Daniels could be pretty good. I guess Gatorade, the red. All right. Wow, we only have an hour and a half left of the show, really, today. We've got Ryan Dunn coming in here in just a little bit. Ryan is our lead investigator and founder of the Savannah Ghost Research Society. He's also the owner of the Afterlife Tours here in Savannah and St. Augustine, Florida.
Oh, nice.
And he's written 1, 2, 3 books.
So as soon as he gets here, the show gets 100% smarter.
Yeah. Or what? Do you think he had a ghostwriter, Cotter? When's it end? My comedy.
How Tim of you on that.
Yeah. MK Ultra says, I'm off for the day. Have a happy Halloween, Horde.
See you guys.
Great seeing you, man. Or hearing you or reading your stuff. Simic says Fireball and Dr. Pepper. That's a good combination.
I like Captain Morgan and root beer.
What would that combination, what candy would go well with like a Fireball? What would go good with Fireball? I think a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup would go well with
You
Fireball.
think so?
Yeah. Andrew says the only go-to sandwiches for him are Publix subs. Love them. Sherry also said that green or orange Gatorade goes really well with Jack Daniels.
Wanda, go-to sandwiches are club sandwiches or BLT sandwiches. Burgers would be cheeseburger or bacon cheeseburger. Nice. I don't like, and I know it's weird. It's like when I go to a restaurant, and this is just my own personal appearance or personal preference. A club sandwich, if it's a nice piled high club sandwich, all kinds of meat, I'm in. A BLT, unless it's a fancy BLT, I don't know if I'm going to order it from a restaurant. It's like I could do that at home.
Yeah, I'm not really messing around with BLTs. Yeah, I think the top 5 sandwiches on this list, and I don't want to share mine quite yet.
Yeah, I don't want to share mine either.
But that's pretty standard. If you play for Rockville tickets all day, does every time give you another entry? Yeah, every time you text in, it kind of all lines up. So yeah, keep listening, keep texting. Rob goes, anything meat sandwich.
I do love a good BLT, Tony. I'm not arguing there.
Super caveman response right there. Meat. Very good.
See, so BLT, I don't do the lettuce, obviously. Just gets in the way.
Do you not eat lettuce at all?
I'll eat a salad.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I love a salad. Lettuce on a sandwich is just a waste of space.
Okay, I agree.
I mean, sometimes, it's like if you like the texture of it or something like that. But on BLTs, I like cheese.
Yeah.
And I love avocados.
So you got really fancy you like fancy BLTs.
Yeah. And then instead of mayo, I usually do like a horseradish sauce.
Okay.
So nice and spicy.
I don't even think that's even a BLT at that moment. That's just that's something else.
Maybe.
Andrew says, when I worked at Subway, I'd make BLTs remove the LT and add about 4 times the bacon.
Well played.
So you just ate a bacon sandwich. All right. Cool.
Well, BLTs are nice because they've got vegetarian bacon, and there's some of it's not bad. That's one of the few things. Like a veggie hot dog, one of the most disgusting things on the planet. They're just hideous. Veggie bacon, I'm not saying it tastes like bacon, or at least the stuff my wife will get, but it's got a really nice flavor to it. So that's something we can actually eat at the house because there's an option for the wife.
So the one thing I keep thinking about is back to that Six Flags story that we talked about earlier today. This guy talked about how Six Flags would have like specialty seasonal food, and one of them would be a turkey hot dog with stuffing, cranberry sauce, and like mayo.
Yeah,
and it kind of sounds delicious to me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound bad at all.
Just in case anyone's wondering, that Costco over in Pooler is opening up here like middle of November.
Oh,
it's
is
gonna
it?
Be, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It's going to be open. So I brought it up earlier in the show as well. PETA. PETA is having a moment. So here's the headline, Cotter. PETA to Major League Baseball. Rename the bullpen, which is where the pitchers warm up before they go onto the field and pitch, to the arm barn. They say it's insensitive to cows. You know, the cows that we eat and murder.
Yes.
Which
they're against.
We grow to adulthood and then we murder so everyone can eat, delicious things. So according to this, PETA if they had their way, those words, bullpen, would never be muttered at some point during this month's World Series because the org is urging Major League Baseball to stop using the term bullpen to describe the place where pitchers warm up. Now, here's their quote from PETA. They say it's insensitive to cows and they should use arm barn. They say words matter and baseball bullpens devalue talented players and mock the misery of sensitive animals. They also added that bullpens are places where the cows go before they are slaughtered on farms and where animals go before they're treated poorly at rodeos. They say strike out the word bullpen while referencing the holding area where terrified bulls are kept for slaughter in favor of a more modern, animal-friendly term, arm barn.
Now, I will admit, arm barn is funny. I mean, it just sounds
very funny.
It sounds funny. The arm barn. But no, this is stupid. I mean, and PETA is known for just their, headline-grabbing antics. They just want the press, and they're getting it, and that's fine. But this is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard them say. I mean, it's like, look, when they were, arguing against Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus and treatment of animals, all right, fair, fine. It's the actual treatment of animals.
Yeah.
But this is just stupid.
It's going too far.
This is dumb.
Are we trying to use cancel culture to change the word bullpen for Major League Baseball to arm barn? Kind of. It feels like it, right?
That's what it sounds like.
Good Lord.
All right, you got just under 2 minutes.
All right, guys, coming back. What are we doing here? Details on
Welcome to Rockville.
Welcome to Rockville. Gotcha. Rob goes, that just makes me want to say bullpen even more. Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Kind of me too. Holly goes, people need to get a life. I agree. And Simic, that's so funny you say that. Simic said, we need George Carlin. I was watching George Carlin clips just the other day.
Really?
I actually got a chance to go see George Carlin.
Are you serious?
So he played in Peoria, Illinois.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
I don't know if you were around at that point or not. If you were off in Nebraska, it's probably during your Nebraska days. You were gone for what, a year, 2 years?
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah. So I think it was while you were gone, but I got a chance to take my dad to go see George Carlin. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But he was fantastic.
I bet. Bullpen. Wanda, back to your house thing. Do you know any idea when you may hear about the offer being accepted? All right, guys, under a minute. Welcome to Rockville tickets. Your chance to win those throughout the weekend. Just listen up. Give more details here in about 30 seconds. Going to talk Elon Musk being very, very rich. Your go-to sandwich. Ryan Dunn joining us, beer for breakfast. Actually have some audio from his paranormal investigations that we're going to play on the air. I want to save the Moon River one to the end. That one was the creepiest out of all of them.
I didn't get to listen to all of them. I think I just listened to the first two smaller ones.
Okay.
But yeah, I definitely want to hear those.
Yeah, the Moon River one to me was the creepiest. All right, guys, be right back. Welcome to Rockville, coming up November 11th through the 14th. That's right, 4 days, 2 of those headlined by the one and only Metallica.
You also got Disturbed. The return of Mudvayne is going to happen on Sunday. One of my favorite new bands, Bad Flower, is going to be there. STP, Chevelle, Rob Zombie, The Offspring, Stain, Lamb of God. Tons of amazing bands going down and playing right there on the Speedway, Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yeah, that's going to be very, very cool. I think it'll be a good spot for the festival. I know they hold other festivals at Daytona, so I think they've got that part down. I just bummed that it takes you long to get there.
Yeah, it's 3.5 hours to get to Daytona from Savannah here, so that kind of sucks. But you know what? That's the life we live in. It ain't moving from Daytona anytime soon. So if you want to win tickets, 4-day passes to Welcome to Rockville happening mid-November, all you have to do is listen up at the beginning of each and every hour here at Rock 106.1, because we're going to give you a keyword. When you hear the keyword, go ahead and text it in for your chance to win those 4-day passes all the way through Halloween.
Yeah, so listen up, and if you want more details about that, hit us up online at rock1061.com. It is no secret Elon Musk is a very, very wealthy man. It just may surprise you how wealthy he actually is. Got that coming up after Daughtry. Heavy is the Crown. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 1061.
Lane saying Moon River is haunted. I have a pic somewhere of someone I took there for a business dinner. I told them it's haunted and took a series of pics, and one of them is a weird white orb shape in front of one of the ladies. Cotter and I actually went to Moon River. Like, we went upstairs and did the whole thing, and
That's awesome. It was fun.
I was pretty convinced. Sherry says Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay, and George Carlin. Wow, people would be so offended. That people be so funny to see people's reactions. How about this? Richard Pryor. Add Richard Pryor to that list.
Yeah.
You want to be really offended.
So, I mean, Richard Pryor, so the movie Blazing Saddles, Richard Pryor was supposed to be the star. He was going to be the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't, the movie, the production company was like, no, you can't do that. We can't do it. They were so worried about offending people, even though that movie is just nothing but offensive.
Right.
And they were so worried about offending people that they would not allow Richard Pryor to star. And that's what Mel Brooks wanted. But he gets writing credit. He helped write the movie. So even back then, he offended people enough to the point where they didn't want him to do things.
And Richard Pryor is actually from where Cotter and I started radio. Richard Pryor is from Peoria, Illinois, and we worked there for years.
And Kinison grew up there.
Yeah.
Wasn't born there, but he grew up there. Yeah, there's stories my old program director would tell about hanging out with Kinison when he'd come back to town. They'd hang out with a local TV news guy who was older at the time. So they're at some show, Kinison and the PD, and Rolly Keith was, I think, the guy's name, the news guy that was there. Sam Kinison was like, Rolly Keith, I watched you when I was a kid. Oh, my God. So they like all hung out and party, and then there's a story. They're in the bathroom, and Kinison offered some cocaine to the program director, and he was like, nah, I'm good. And he's like, fine, I'm the only druggie in the room. And did a big line. Oh, those are awesome. It's so good.
Got almost everything in the garbage.
Yeah, close enough.
All right, guys, 1 minute out from jumping into the story. What are you doing? Is Elon Musk? Yeah, Elon Musk. Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg did some Facebook keynote thing last night where they renamed the overarching company Meta. Right, Meta,
because the next thing they're looking to get into, it almost sounds like virtual reality,
right.
A metaverse. So it sounds like some virtual reality. I mean, they screwed up social media. How bad are they going to do when it comes to a virtual reality world?
It's going to be terrible. They're going to be like, oh yeah, it turns out people buy and sell drugs and children on Facebook now. They're like, oh okay, that's cool. Cool.
Let's change our name. Yeah. Nobody will notice.
They're going to change it again to totally legal company. We don't do anything bad. We help society.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. It's official. Elon Musk has all of the money. Got that story coming up. Elon Musk has had a pretty decent year.
Mm-hmm.
Signed a deal with NASA with his SpaceX company. Tesla is just absolutely killing it right now. He is the richest person on the planet, and it's not even a close second. He's almost $100 billion richer than Jeff Bezos.
It's insane how much money Elon Musk has, and it's only going to get worse. He's going to become some sort of crazy superpower. He hosted Saturday Night Live a few weeks back or a few months back, whenever that was. He is eventually going to become our president. I have no doubt. Elon Musk
was he born in the United States?
Was he? I don't
know.
He's going to become our dictator. Our new allowed dictator, Elon Musk. Now, yeah, he's officially became the richest person on the planet. $292 billion. He specifically is worth.
And I read something the other day. Predictions are being made. He will be the first trillionaire on the planet. He's not even close to that yet. $292 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he needs to make a lot more money before he gets to $1 trillion. But can you imagine a trillionaire?
No person needs that much money.
No.
Yeah, it's terrible. But let's go over some of the things that he's worth. Let's talk about the $292 billion he owns. Currently, if he wanted to, he could buy 1.1 million Lamborghini Huracan supercars with that amount of money. 1.1 million of them.
That is absolutely stupid. You could buy pretty much every pro sports team. Elon Musk, if you combine all the pro sports teams, still worth more.
That's right. Basketball, baseball, football, hockey. He could buy all of them. It could be just one gigantic super league of sports teams under the Elon Musk banner, and he'd still have money.
Yeah, I know. He would still have a lot of money left over. This whole thing, I mean, he has more money than Zuckerberg and Bill Gates combined.
It's crazy to me. So, yeah, Jeff Bezos is the person that is closest to Elon Musk on this list. He has $196 billion. I mean, previous to the pandemic, I mean, he was only hovering around $100 billion. Loser.
Sucks for him.
But this is crazy. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world currently.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk sandwiches because we've all got to go to. If you're going out to eat, when you sit down at a restaurant, what's the go-to sandwich? The one you order more than any other. Drop us a text, 800-394-1061, or comment on the chat. We'll get to those next. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Chris says, no, him actually being born in South Africa is the only thing keeping him from the presidency. He's got the same cult of personality as Trump and way more money. It would definitely happen.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I didn't think he was born in the United States until we changed the law somehow. There is a book by Albert Brooks. I can't remember what it's called, but it is about China and America's relationship. And there's somebody from China that comes to the United States, and I think he's a tech guy, and I mean, just advances a bunch of stuff. Cancer is cured kind of in this timeline, and they eventually changed the law so this guy from China can become the president of the United States. So it's an interesting read. It's been years since I've read it, so I don't remember everything exactly.
What's the name of the book?
I don't remember. Let's see if I can find it.
You mean the most important part?
Oh, like I said, it's been a very long time.
It was a captivating book that doesn't have a name. Sounds interesting, though.
Let's see. 2030, the real story of what happens to America.
Oh. Rick goes, Elon Musk also has like 7 kids. He does. He's getting divorced from Grimes currently. How much money is she going to get? I'm guessing he probably had her sign like a prenup. I mean, she has one of his kids, so she'll be taken care of for the rest of her life. She's good.
Oh, here's a quick description of this book. June 12th, 2030 started out like any other day in memory, and by then memories were long. Cancer had been cured 15 years before. America's population was aging rapidly. That was one of the big parts of the story. With cancer being cured, people are just living way longer.
Oh, okay.
So that's like a big thing, and it's just bad on the economy and everything. Sounds like good news, but consider this. Millions of baby boomers, with a big natural predator picked off, were sucking dry benefits and resources that were never meant to hold on to them in their 80s and beyond. Young people around the country simmered with resentment toward the olds, the anger at the treadmill that they can never get off just to maintain their parents' entitlement programs. There's an earthquake. It devastates Los Angeles. The government teetering.
Way too much going on in this fucking book.
Government teetering on bankruptcy. It doesn't get to the guy from China, but then there's that whole thing too. It's an interesting, very interesting read.
This is immediately why I'm not a book guy.
I did book on tape or CD. I didn't read that.
Chris goes, they weren't married very long either. That's normally the precursor for Bezos-level alimony. Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, man. It's like, if you have that much money, you better have one of the best prenup agreements ever.
Yeah, that's why I'm just poor. I choose to be that way, and I got married, so she ain't getting nothing. What, a couch? Good luck.
Ooh, somebody hit us up. Cassie hit us up with their go-to sandwich.
I saw that.
Nice. That's a good choice, too.
All right, guys, diving into our sandwich story. Yeah, a little random here at the bottom of the hour here, but we definitely wanted to get to it before we started drinking beer. Speaking of, I'll let you grab the beer and glasses because you know where it's at. I don't. And I haven't heard anything from Ryan yet, but he should be here in about 15 minutes.
Sounds good.
What do you got going on after the show today?
I've got the lunch meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I got a phone call prior to that, and then, hanging out with you and Jake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go home after the show. I got to get our weekend set up. We got a bunch of remotes with our radio stations this weekend with G100 and Bob 106.9. But once I get those set up, I'm going to try to run home and get a nap this time. I don't think I'll be woken up by the fire alarm because it's currently in the trash outside. So hopefully get a little nap in, and then I'll, we're going to go to service and try out that pumpkin beer.
Yes. I wanted to get there. They had like a nitro cold brew coffee stout that I never made it. Maybe it's still there. I don't know. I doubt it. It sounded like when they posted that it was going to be a small batch. But, I'm down to try that pumpkin beer, man. Sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm. So it's a pumpkin pie lager coming in at 4.7% alcohol. It's a fall treat, as they describe it. It's a pie sweetness that is balanced with a smooth, crisp, and dry lager finish, brewed with roasted pumpkin, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice green, cardamom, and vanilla. It's vegan and it's crushable.
Sounds delightful.
All right, how far away are we from break?
We got about 6 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. And also, just kind of a side note for everyone who's hanging with us on the stream right now, at 10:30 a.m. exactly today, on the Rock 106.1 Facebook page, there's going to be a random contest that's going to go up. If you're a Mastodon fan, you're going to love this thing. So, Mastodon, their new album, Hushed and Grim, comes out, and we're giving away free digital downloads. So, the first 10 people who comment on that post at 10:30 a.m. this morning, you'll get a free digital download that I'll ship to you later on this afternoon. But just a heads up, a post will go up on the Rock 106.1 Facebook page. If you want a free digital download of the new Mastodon album, just be one of the first people. I think I'm asking people to say, hush, baby. Something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm asking people to put a comment down, essentially, and we'll hook you up with a,
that's
with a
good.
copy.
So last night, got home, and I ordered my Ghost Pirate hat.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
With shipping and everything else, almost $50.
What? How much was the hat?
$35.
Oh, okay.
So, which, I mean, that's, not, it makes sense. But I'm in. So I got the eyeballs. Can't wait.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait for it. I was wearing my Savannah Ghost Pirates shirt hoodie.
Yep.
To bingo last night when I was hosting it over at the draft room in Berwick. And I had a group of people stop. They're like, where'd you get that shirt? I'm like, I was at the press event yesterday for when they announced the team. And they're like, oh, it's awesome. They're like, when do they ask me a ton of questions about the team?
Okay.
And they're like, why'd you get to go? I'm like, well, as I've said 4 to 27 times tonight, I am Marshall from Rock 106.1. I'm part of the media, so I get to go to stupid stuff like that.
Right.
And by stupid stuff, I mean awesome stuff. And they're like, oh, okay. And they did not give a shit at all. Like, what's a radio station? I'm like, get out of here, you millennials. What are you playing bingo for? Also, thank you for coming.
It's ironic.
This is what our parents do. Happy birthday to our buddy Zach Young. He is the drummer of Lilac.
Oh, nice.
Happy birthday to that fella today.
Birthday, Zach.
Also, a guy you may know, Lenny Bronstein. You know?
Oh, Lenny, yeah. Heavy Lenny.
Heavy Lenny, baby. Happy birthday.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
I haven't talked to him in about 20 years.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Maybe 15.
All right, still got about 4 minutes. Nirvana playing now. Got the latest Papa Roach, Kill the Noise. We'll have Ryan in studio.
So did you see the story, this video of this woman who walked out of the back of an Amazon delivery truck? And she obviously didn't work for Amazon.
No.
So there's this video taken from like a neighbor, and they were on the second floor of their home, and they had a video camera on the back of this Amazon truck, and out the back comes This white woman in a nice black dress.
Right.
And then behind her is an Amazon delivery driver kind of letting her out and kind of waving goodbye.
Oh.
And the door closes. So bad news for this guy. Amazon backdoor job gets driver fired. So an Amazon driver now jobless after a video went viral of a woman slipping out the back door of his delivery truck, sparking racy speculation about what she and the driver were doing. The clip was shot in a Florida neighborhood, shows a woman in a black dress and flip-flops hang out the rear door. Worth nothing, the Amazon delivery guy is quite the gentleman. He holds the door open for her.
Oh.
It's unclear who the woman is or exactly what she was doing inside the truck, but Amazon certainly didn't think it was prime conduct by the driver. Get it? Wordplay. They say the company says this does not reflect the high standards we have for our delivery service partners and their drivers.
She was handling his package. Come on.
Obviously.
Just helping him out.
Obviously.
Yeah. Give him a hand job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's trying to make sure that he had enough energy to get that one-day delivery. Be a real shame if you didn't get that box. Makes me really want to just slather each box with some antibacterial before I even open them.
He had a load to drop off.
He did have a load. Yep.
Under 2 minutes.
And she picked it up. She picked it up. They looked like they were having a nice time, so good for them. Marshall, do you know if the Ghost Pirates have the merch ready to roll out, or is it more like a pre-order right now? I believe they have the merch ready to roll out. I mean, they had boxes upon boxes of merchandise available at the event I went to, so I can only imagine they've got it ready to roll.
Yeah, so when I ordered the hat last night, they said it would take, 5 to 8 days.
Yeah.
When I got it, and they said it would, notify me when it was shipped. So it sounded like it was there. It wasn't just a pre-order.
Yeah. Sean says it wouldn't be the first time I've heard of a story like that with Amazon. Some stories I've heard while working at FedEx. LOL. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for hanging out with us here today. Ryan Dunn, the lead investigator over at Savannah Ghost Research Society, will be joining us here in just a little bit. Actually, once we get done with this break, it may be a good time for you to run out and grab the beer and glasses.
And he owns what, Afterlife?
So he is the lead investigator and founder of the Savannah Ghost Research Society and the owner of the Afterlife Tours here in Savannah and St. Augustine. Also has written 3 books. Savannah's Afterlife, Savannah's Afterlife 2, and Tales of a Paranormal Investigator. Oh, no, 4 books. And the Midnight Collection. This motherfucker right here, man. 4 books. Jesus Christ.
All right, guys. Got about 20 seconds. Be right back. According to a new poll done by French's Mustard, 2/3 of Americans say they have a go-to sandwich that they typically order when they go out. And I thought about it. I'm like, I definitely have a go-to. I think I have 2. There's like a 1A, I'll say 1C, because it's not quite a B. But I got 2 sandwiches that, especially if it's a new restaurant, it's kind of like the measuring tape. Are they gonna be good? And this is the sandwich I use.
Yeah, I think I have 2 or 3. It depends on the restaurant, too, because some are slightly different
that's
because
fair.
of the variation of sandwiches. But according to this new poll, America's 5 favorite sandwiches are cheesesteaks. I love a good cheesesteak.
Yep.
Burgers, just in general, burgers. I'm guessing that also includes like cheeseburgers and bacon burgers. Pulled pork sandwiches, Italian subs, and Reubens.
I was surprised that Reuben was on the list.
Italian subs, not a fan at all.
That's true. That's the most boring one to me on the list, because my first sandwich choice when I go to a place for a first time is the Reuben.
Really?
It's a Reuben. I love.
That's the first sandwich that you would order.
Yeah. I mean, if
even above a cheeseburger or something.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
If I'm going to a place for the first time, I just want it, because I mean, it's not something I'm making at the house, so it's something I like to have. I can make a burger at the house.
Sure.
But I mean, it's you would think it's simple, but I mean, I've had some really horrible Reubens. So I mean, I think you can really judge a restaurant, in my opinion, based on how well the Reuben is.
Now, on the stream right now, we have some people like throwing down their go-to sandwiches. Simic says, my go-to sandwich is just a classic roast beef.
That's a good choice.
Chris says, Reuben and Italian subs are the two most common sandwich types available. Smarty pants, all right, okay. I mean, Cotter, with my go-tos, I think it's pretty easy. I like to go with a couple different ones.
Yeah.
One, if I'm in a barbecue like place for the very first time, I'm just gonna go with the pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah, agreed.
Easily. I think that's kind of the standard. If your pulled pork sandwich is not good, you've got a lot of issues going on at your barbecue place.
Now, would you, if you're at a non-barbecue place and they have a pulled pork sandwich on the menu, is that something you get?
Generally not.
I
no.
don't mess with it there. Yeah, 100%.
But one of my go-to sandwiches, I mean, outside of like a burger, bacon cheeseburger is kind of the way to go. I love Cuban sandwiches. If you got a Cuban sandwich on the menu, I'm going to order that over the Reuben, over the Italian sub, usually over the pulled pork or just about anything else on your menu. I love a good Cubano.
That was my second choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because once again, I'm right there with you. When we went to Florida, I went to Miami. That was the one thing I wanted to do in Miami. Didn't care about anything else. I just wanted to have, you know, what I would consider more of an official Cuban sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And it was delicious.
Yeah, I mean, Cuban sandwiches are definitely my go-to sandwich overall. I mean, they're generally, I mean, they're very different. They're mostly very different depending on where you go, but I've never generally been disappointed by one overall.
Now, also in this survey that French's did, they say that 2/3 of people say a good sandwich needs between 3 and 6 toppings, and that includes condiments, things like onions or tomatoes. They said the thing that ruined the sandwich more than anything is olives.
Who's putting olives on a sandwich?
I love olives.
They go in a martini only.
Now, there is what's muffalata? That's got an olive kind of spread.
Oh, does it?
That's good. Yeah. That's good. But I'm not putting olives just on a sandwich.
No.
May throw them next to it if I'm having like a deli sandwich. Have some olives with it.
Yeah.
I like a good olive.
No, I'm not generally messing with olives in general, but yeah, Cuban sandwiches are definitely the way to go.
All right, coming up next, we've got beer for breakfast. Ryan Dunn is going to join us. He's the founder and lead investigator with the Savannah Ghost Research Society. He owns Afterlife Tours, and dude's an author. So we're going to talk to him about his experiences. We got audio from him that we're going to play. And then, of course, we're drinking beer. Beer for breakfast next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, Ryan just actually texted me. He's outside, so if you want to grab him, have him wait in the lobby, and then go grab our stuff, we'll bring him in here in just a few minutes.
All right, let me fire up the delay first. All right, I think you're good.
Cool. Sorry, oh, sounds like Ryan's already in the building. That means someone else is here. Oh. Thank you. Our coworker, Stacy, let Ryan, our guest, in for beer for breakfast. So he's just hanging in the lobby. We'll bring him in just a few moments. Excited to get him in. Talk some more ghosts. We were having such a good time this morning talking about ghosts. I didn't realize we'd have so much fun doing that. I wish we'd spent a lot more time just talking about ghosts this morning, but that's the way it goes, you know. Trying to fill out a 4-hour, radio morning show. All right. I don't know what the hell's happening in my hair today, man. Or I should have just wore a baseball cap today. Look at this. Is that good? I don't even know. All right. Yeah, Cuban sandwich is usually my go-to. I love a good old Cuban sandwich. I feel like I'm eating healthier than if I'm just eating like a cheeseburger or something. Andrew, yes, 100%. Cuban Window Cafe. It's on Abercorn. It's next to a very sketchy gas station, but I'm telling you, the Cuban Window Cafe is incredible. Go to the Cuban Window Cafe, and they actually have a food truck now. I just saw it out for the first time in quite some time, just the other day. So, Cuban Window Cafe is well worth your time. Oh, this is a fun one. Once again, we're going to dive into beer for breakfast here in about 10 minutes or so. A New Realm beer called Imperial. Oh, how do you say that?
I have no idea.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know.
Imperial Oaxaca.
Oaxaca? That works.
Oaxaca?
Oaxaca? I have no idea.
Tastes like caca?
Hope not.
We'll figure that out.
And then we've got from Terrapin, it's the Pastime Pale Ale. It is
Braves and Six.
Braves 150th anniversary.
Was this year?
Yep. So they did this in honor. From Boston via Milwaukee to Atlanta, Georgia, the Braves franchise has been playing professional baseball continuously for 150 years. To celebrate, we've created Pastime Pale Ale, honoring this amazing milestone, brewed with a blend of unique specialty malts plus a traditional and cryo hops for a home run of flavor. We encourage you all to lift a pint and cheers to the momentous occasion. So that'd be kind of cool. Win the World Series in their 150th year. That's pretty neat.
Simic actually broke it down for us. It's Oaxaca.
Oaxaca?
Oaxaca. Yeah, Imperial Oaxaca Chaca.
Thank you, Simic.
That makes sense. Oaxaca Chaca.
Oaxaca Chaca.
Yeah. Red says Alvin's Ords, either in Bluffton or Port Royal, delicious Cubans and other sandwiches. Andrew, I may take Sheila there this weekend. I've been debating about it. Yeah, the Cuba Window Cafe, man, well worth your time.
It is delicious. Usually busy.
Yeah, it's not like a great spot to like sit down and eat. I would just grab it to go. If you want to make it real sexy with the wife, take her to Forsyth Park. It's literally like 2 blocks away. You could walk there. A little picnic in the park this weekend.
Brian hit us up for sandwiches. He said a chicken cordon bleu with bacon sandwich.
Oh, okay.
And then Cassidy hit us up with a text and said a shrimp po' boy. I do like a shrimp po' boy.
Yeah. I love a good cheesesteak, but it has to be, I don't know. I don't have a cheesesteak place here in Savannah. I haven't fallen in love with one.
I've never had a cheesesteak place anywhere, but I will occasionally order a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I will say, okay, so there's a place on Hilton Head that was right next door to the radio station. I can't think of what it is now, but it was a sandwich shop, locally owned. That place had a really good cheesesteak.
There's a spot with Capriotti's, which is the closest one is in Northwest. It's in Kennesaw, Georgia. Capriotti's has an amazing cheesesteak, and they're just known for their Thanksgiving sandwich, the Bobby, which is like that turkey stuffing mayo sandwich. It's delicious.
This may be at Philly's Cafe and Deli
in Hilton Head.
Yep, that's the one.
And you said it has a good cheesesteak.
Yep.
They should. I mean, their name's Philly. Have we ate there before? It looks familiar.
Yeah, we have. It was literally right across from where the radio station was.
Okay. Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, that place is good. And for whatever reason, the best sweet tea. I don't know what it is. They just had the typical dispenser for soda, and they had the typical tea dispensers. Whatever kind it is, the best sweet tea I've ever had.
Well, they're from Philly, so they probably got some meth in it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. It makes it delicious.
Meth-fueled sweet tea. Come get you some.
But, Philly's Cafe and Deli. It's delightful. We got 10 minutes still. We got Plush and some Pantera.
Okay.
Up, so each song's 5 minutes long.
Las Palmas in Sebastian, Florida has an amazing Cuban. Of course it does. What's up?
He won't be able to hear the audio. I didn't think of that.
Why don't we just grab Jake's headphones, which are right behind you?
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. Set them up with those. I don't need this anymore. Yes. Sorry, guys, just getting everything set so Ryan can actually hear the audio that he provided us for Beer for Breakfast. First time a Beer for Breakfast guest has ever provided us audio. Holly Wall says the buffalo chicken sandwich from Buffalo Wild Wings. Her favorite sandwich. I wonder why. Back for a minute. Too effing busy for a Friday. Yeah, no kidding, man. Andrew says the Blue Boy Sandwich Shop in Jacksonville, I think, is the best so far. What kind of sandwich did you get from there? Is that just like a cheesesteak type of deal? Well, we got a minute. Actually, I'm going to use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
And be all set for Beer for breakfast.
Cool. Yeah, and Rhett nailed it. Yeah, Phillies. That place is good, man. Don't get over there as much anymore. I used to be over there. We used to have two stations when I first moved here. We had studios, and some of our stations were actually still on Hilton Head, and we just had several here. I've obviously moved everything here a long time ago, but it was right by there. That weird looking building, kind of on the corner, was our studios, and we would just walk over and grab some food. It was good stuff. Ryan Dunn in the office, hanging out until we're ready for beer for breakfast. Ready to drink some beer. I'm going to need to write down that pronunciation you gave us, Simic. Where is that at? There we go, Oaxaca. Because I'll forget. Oaxaca. Shaka. There we go. Thank you for that again. I appreciate that. Hopefully you guys hopefully you guys got some good weekend plans set up, ready to go. Like I said, we're going to paint our bedroom. Going to start packing stuff up. Hopefully our house will be on the market shortly-ish. Hopefully it will sell shortly-ish after that. Oh man, adding a last minute thing to my top five. This is from Sean. Going 5A, going to Pitchfork Brewing in Hudson for some beers and their new specialty pizza. Ooh, always up for a pizza. What's the new specialty pizza, Sean? What did they got going on there? Sorry, guys. Just checking stuff here. All right. All right, here we go. So the pizza. Italian sausage on the pizza is delicious, man. No joke there. All right, Sean, use the spent grain from making beer to make pizza crust. Oh, and it's delicious. Y'all come up and try some of the breweries around here. Dude, that does sound good. Wanda, I really love a good veggie pizza. The more veggies, the better. You know what? My favorite frozen pizza is the Supreme pizza. And it's got like the onions and typically mushrooms, green peppers. That's like my favorite go-to style frozen pizza. I'm right there with you, Wanda. Give me all the veggies and something like that. My wife goes overboard, so she'll get like the Veggie Delight from Pop Murphy's, and it's got like artichoke and all this other stuff on there. That's a little too much for me, but she's right there with you too. All right, got about 5 minutes. Uh, 5 minutes. Yeah. All right, guys. Going to get Ryan Dunn. All right, 4.5 minutes-ish.
Cool. Let's see. On camera right now is Ryan Dunn.
How's it going?
Hey, man. Thanks for swinging in and joining us for Beer for Breakfast this morning.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right, so Ryan is the lead investigator and founder of the Savannah Ghost Research Society and the owner of the Afterlife Tours in Savannah and St. Augustine. But you're just telling me on the hallway you're opening up a third spot, right?
Yeah, we're hoping to be opening in March in Charleston, too. So.
Awesome, man. Congrats. That's
Thanks.
cool.
So what do you like, the Afterlife Tours, like what kind of tours do you provide outside like the obvious? Are they like themed or what are they?
It's a walking ghost tour, but a lot of these tours tend to be kind of not factual. The stories we hear are made up. So we do all the research at the Historic Society, make sure we call out the fake stories and make sure it's all real. And we don't put a stop on our tour unless we investigate it there. So we get to play audio evidence, so we've got all the ends and we speak to the staff or who lives there and make sure we know what really happened versus, they say this happened.
Right.
So it's probably the most in-depth tour because you're getting real stuff. So.
I was going to say, yeah, you guys having the investigation side offer a whole other level that most tours can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And some of these people that do these tours haven't even been in some of these buildings. And we're like, no, we spent the night here. We've interviewed the people. Here's what's really going on. We've looked up the history because these histories are not true with a lot of these stories.
So with there being, I feel like there's a lot of ghost researchers out there. And we actually had someone from Hinesville chime in today that's saying that they were also an investigator as well. Do you feel like a lot of these guys are just like doing this as a hobby where like you obviously you have a business. This means a lot to you.
Yeah. So when we first started, we were like, how could we do this for a living?
Right.
And you can't get paid to investigate unless you're got a TV show or something.
Right.
Because it's not really ethical to charge for an investigation. We charge for travel expenses if we have to go out of state, but other than that, we don't charge clients. So the tour is how we fund all the research.
Oh, that's good.
So we
That's
figured
good
out a
idea.
way to, how are we going to do this and make a living at it? And the tour is kind of how we pull it together to fund our travels and stuff. So
nice. Well, I just saw you on Facebook. You have a rerun of one of the episodes you did on Travel Channel, right? Airing tonight?
Yeah, tonight at 6
awesome.
p.m. So the Moon River Brewery we did with Travel Channel's Most Terrifying Places. They're going to have it on again tonight.
Nice.
So.
Have you done anything with like Travel Channel or anything recently, or any of the other kind of major broadcast network type of deals?
Not since COVID. We've done a lot of consulting. They'll call us for cases and leads, but not any filming since COVID. So
Gotcha.
I think a lot of people have been toning down a lot of the filming, and it's good to see it's now starting to come back out. So
yeah.
Do we want to play this audio during the first break? Since we typically kind of go over details.
Yeah, let's go over some of the audio from it. I only got a chance to hear the first two pieces that he sent, and I think there was two other that I think they were a bit larger, and I didn't get a chance to download and listen to yesterday. Did you get a chance to?
Yeah, the Colonial Park, Alligator Soul, Dock Street Theater, and Moon River.
Okay, yeah. That was the Moon River one, obviously, you and I were at. We were in the same room right next to Ryan here while it was happening. Wanda has a question. Does Ryan allow regular folks tag along on investigations? We would love to do it if he does or will eventually do it.
Yes. So we do public events pretty often. Since COVID, that stopped for a while. We're starting to get back into that. Oh, excuse me. But one of the things we do is we rent out Moon River for the night. Like I think you guys were there one night, and
that was awesome.
We'll let people pay to do overnights with us, and we're in there for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to open some more places to be able to do public events
Here
like
in
that.
Savannah?
Here in Savannah, and maybe even traveling. We've started homeschooling a couple years before COVID because we travel a lot,
Okay, about
and now
25
it's
seconds.
perfect because we can take our kids with us when we go state to state and go to all these places. So we'd like to do some events, national too. Some of these old hospitals and asylums and things. So
Cool.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Welcome to your Friday 9 o'clock hour. Beer for breakfast. Cannot wait as we head into Halloween weekend. Very special guest in studio. Founder, lead investigator, Savannah Ghost Research Society, owner of Afterlife Tours. He is an author. We've got Ryan Dunn in studio. Ryan, thanks for hanging out with us this morning, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. That's awesome.
All right, so we actually met. We were trying to figure it out.
I think it was 2018. I think it's when we did it.
Yeah, it's been a minute. We did something with you up at Moon River. It was both of ours first time to have that sort of experience, and it was neat. So I mean, we did like you did like an after hours thing upstairs at Moon River. So when people can come and do that kind of sort of thing, what does it entail? Can you kind of explain what we went through that night?
Yeah, so we set up full security camera systems. So we had night vision running all night with all the main focus areas. We brought out equipment with thermal imaging. We used temperature and EMF gauges and audio recordings. And we went room to room and split up into groups and did a lot of EVP sessions and got some really cool audio too that night. So.
And we were, that night when we were together, you actually brought a piece of audio from it because I think it was the first thing we got that night.
Right.
We were up in the attic of Moon River, and, well, let's just play the audio. So I believe it said, "I hate Brandon."
Yeah, he was one of the guys that had paid to go that night on the overnight. And it was his first investigation. And the whole night, he was getting touched and all kinds of weird stuff's happening to this guy. His wife had drug him to it. And he didn't even believe in this stuff. And his wife was all about it.
Right.
And he freaked out after that. So,
Quick question. Why do they hate Brandon so much?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he was a skeptic or what. But he was just kind of not put off, but you could tell he didn't want to be there.
Right.
It was like a husband doing it for his wife. She was all into it. And he kept telling me something touched him and nobody's behind him.
Right.
He's freaking out, thinking we're setting this up. And then he's like, well, nobody's behind me. And then we played it back in the room with him, and his eyes got huge. So
Is that a normal occurrence to where, you will get somebody like called out by name like that? Is that
not often? I've had my name called out there a few times.
Right.
And we even had a case where a few weeks after we did a case, a team from Tennessee was there. And they got a recording and said, "Where's Ryan? Bring Ryan back." And they're like, "Who the heck is Ryan?"
You're getting requests now?
Yeah, Moon River's like, "Oh, he does this place all the time. It's probably Ryan Dunn." And then they told me, "Yeah, they're asking for you." So
do ghosts generally like you or not like you?
I don't think they like me there. We've had a couple of vulgarities shouted at me at Moon River, but I think it's because I bring people there all the time.
Right.
I mean, we're respectful. We don't go stirring it up, but still, the fact we're coming in there all the time, I think they're a little fed up with me bringing people in. So
I mean, some of the biggest rumors, the most haunted place in Savannah is Moon River Brewing Company, especially those top floors, like the second and third level. Now, they're unfinished, and I've heard rumors for years that, they try to hire crews to go up there. They couldn't finish it. I mean, when we went up there was building materials up there. I mean, there was wood and pallets of stuff that guys would need to, like, finish out that room because it's a beautiful room.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gigantic. I mean, is that true? Is that true?
Their last construction attempt was, I think, in 2001. So it's been 20 years.
Oh, wow. It's been a while.
They have prime real estate. They're not using half the building.
Yeah.
And they've had people push down the stairs. They've had all kinds of weird stuff. So those guys left their materials.
Never came back?
Yeah, I mean, there's some creepy rooms up there. There's like a very large attic, and then on the second floor, there's like a bunch of like almost bedrooms or something in there. So it's wild.
Yeah, it was the oldest hotel in Savannah.
Oh, is that what it was?
So it was originally the City Hotel in 1821.
Oh,
so.
Nice. So is that the most haunted? Or, I mean, is there something else that you would consider more?
I'd say it's definitely the most. We did do a private case over on 39th Street. This is maybe 5 years ago, where the Catholic Church had to exorcise the house. So that was intense.
Wow.
I'm Methodist. We called our pastor, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll refer you to the Catholics. We believe you, but we're not.
We don't handle this. That'll work."
Red actually from the stream had a really great question, and I questioned this myself. The tunnels under the Pirate House.
Okay,
what's up with those?
So there's a few interesting things. There were tunnels that led out to the river. Some people think it was for smuggling,
right?
Things, and some people say that people were knocked over the head and forced into piracy. The thing about Savannah that's interesting is piracy ended probably in the like 1720s, right before Savannah was settled. So we had privateering, which was just as bad. It just wasn't called piracy.
Sure.
So we did have pirates, but there's always been a rumor Blackbeard was here, and he died in 1718. So he was killed before we settled the city.
Yeah.
So we do know that it was like originally a sailor's inn. And I did find a record in the Savannah Morning News from back in the 1800s a guy when he was 8 years old was knocked over the head and thrown on a ship. His name was William Golding.
Okay.
He came back when he was in his 50s and died at the Old Candler Hospital.
Right.
And told the nurse how he had been knocked over the head, taken on ship with a wife and her husband, who was the captain, and forced to work on the ship for his life.
Oh, wow.
He later became a ship guy and made money, and then died in Savannah. But he was basically kidnapped, and not necessarily piracy, but forced to work on a ship. So Pirate's House, there is some truth to people being drugged and forced, and they, you wake up out to sea, and it's like you can work for us or go overboard.
Choices are slim.
Yeah.
Talking to founder, lead investigator of Savannah Ghost Research Society, owner of Afterlife Tours, Ryan Dunn. Now, with all of this that you've done, has there ever been a situation that freaked you out?
There's been a couple of times people ask if we ever left early. There's been times where I think we should have, and I'm like, we'll make it through it. We did the Old Candler Hospital when it was still abandoned. This is maybe 2011.
Okay.
And as soon as we got there, all of us were like, yeah, this doesn't feel right. It just had a weird, ominous, and the whole night was crazy. And something followed us home. So for 2 weeks, our house was crazy.
Like shutting doors, knocking stuff over?
Hearing footsteps, stomping, and the feeling in the house as soon as you walk in, it just felt like really icky. And as soon as you walk out, we couldn't wait to get out of the house at times.
Wow.
And we had teamed up with a group from Atlanta. And I had not talked to them after the case, but 2 days later, one of the guys calls me and he said, I think something came home with us. And as soon as he said it, I got chills. I'm like, oh, okay, what's happening? I said, we're having the same stuff here. So
what, I mean, and it just goes away after 2 weeks? Like just calls an Uber and goes home?
We were thinking of, getting our house blessed at some point. And I remember waking up one morning and you could just tell, like right when I woke up, the house felt different. And I felt like it was something almost like a guard dog, like, basically showing its teeth, like, look, don't come back into our place because we can't do things to you.
Yeah. Right. Wild.
But it was, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It was weird. The night we left, because I used to live on the other side of Fri-yay, so we're walking right across the park, leaving the hospital that night. And as we're walking across the park, it's the middle of the night, I felt like somebody was following us. And I didn't say anything. The guy I'm walking with said, you feel that too, don't you? And I was like, we're both looking. So as we were leaving that night, we felt, something.
Yeah.
So it's like you felt like somebody's walking behind you. We kept looking. So then after that, it followed us.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies just hearing it.
I know. Rob got a question on the stream here. What is the criteria, or at what point do you decide to investigate something?
Yeah, so we don't just jump at anything because, we get stories all the time, people hearing footsteps, and a lot of times it could be a house settling or something. We don't want to spend all this time doing history and it not be, paranormal. So we look for a lot of credible people saying, okay, we've seen this, we've seen things in more than one person, more than one occurrence. That way, and also, I hate to say it, but we do get some people that are a little loony sometimes calling.
No.
So it doesn't take long to tell on those calls, but we want to make sure they're sane and rational. And then there's definitely enough as far as accounts before we start looking into doing the case. That way, we're not just chasing all kinds of cases. So.
Oh, wow.
I could sit here and ask questions all day. So we do have to hit a song. We're going to come back. We got to drink some beer, but we're going to continue the chat on the stream. So if you guys want more of this, get on the stream now, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We're here with, once again, Ryan Dunn, founder, lead investigator, Savannah Ghost Research Society. It is beer for breakfast. We're going to do that next. Guns N' Roses, It's Hard School, Rock 106.1.
Right, it's back on the stream. Ryan got a question for you from Wanda. What does Ryan think of ghost hunting shows like Ghost Adventures and Taps? I don't know what that one is.
So I do like some of the shows. I do tend to see that, especially with Ghost Adventures and some of them, they sensationalize a little bit. I think Zach's I think he was a drama major originally, so he does tend to have that over drama. And I think it does take away sometimes from people that are skeptical and they watch and they're like, okay, this guy's a little overboard.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows was The Haunted Collector. It was John Zaffis, and I think it got canceled, but he was the nephew of Ed and Lorraine Warren, who were the most famous ghost hunters ever.
Conjuring.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ed's sister was John's mother. So when John turned 18, he trained with the Warrens. So he's really credible, and it was a great show. He collects haunted objects just like the Warrens, too.
Wild, dude.
We got about
crazy.
2 minutes.
All right, well, what beer do we want to start off with? Do we want to do the heavy 10%er, or are we just going to go with the Atlanta Braves beer?
Let's start with the Pale Ale first.
Okay.
We'll cap it off.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and pour this one out first so we don't have to waste any time. When it comes to the audio that you shared with us, is there a certain one that you want to talk about that we should play here?
Yeah, so the Colonial Park's interesting. This is actually the first case we ever did back in 2010. We were in the cemetery.
So hold that, and we'll do that. We'll do that on the air.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll play that on the air because we got about a minute and a half.
And Ryan, you said you're a craft beer guy. Like you love diving into craft beer, yeah?
Yeah, IPA is probably my favorites.
Okay.
Which is funny because when I first got into craft beer, like 15 years ago, I couldn't stand an IPA.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm like,
First
it's
time you tried
awful.
one, yeah.
And now I'm the opposite. Like, love hops. So.
What's your go-to right now? Like, what's the beer that you go to the store and you're like, yep, this is the one?
Usually the Founders All Day IPA, just because we got a pool, and if you're hanging out by the pool,
Yep.
there's 10%ers will take it out. So it's a nice beer if you're having a few session beers. So
All right, so we got about a minute. We'll come out. We'll do the Colonial Park. Is that the one you want to play?
Yeah,
we'll
that's
do
cool.
that story real quick. Then we'll drink the beer.
Yeah, then we'll go to break again, and we'll answer some more questions. Then we'll go into our third break with the final beer.
And we have more time with the next break since we have commercials. If we wanted to play some of the audio stream only, we can.
Okay, cool. Red has a great question, but I want to leave it for the stream because I think your answer will take a while. I bet there's a lot to it.
All right, guys, got about 20 seconds. We'll be right back. It is Beer for Breakfast. We are joined by founder and lead investigator of Savannah Ghost Research Society, owner of Afterlife Tours, and an author. We've got Ryan Dunn in studio. Once again, good morning. Before we get to a beer, because Marshall and I are both really into this right now, so you sent us some audio from some of your investigations, and one of them was Colonial Park. So tell us about that.
So this is back in 2010. We had just moved to Savannah, maybe like not even 2 weeks into living here. And it was our first investigation. We're out at the cemetery. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, so nobody's around. Tours are done. It's before we'd open tours, but no tours are coming through. And I just asked a question. I said, who are we talking to? And we've been asking questions all night, no responses. And on the playback, we hear a little girl. It sounds like she says Kate.
Right.
And other people have heard different names, but my thing is there was no small children at the cemetery at 3 a.m.
Right.
And we actually heard it riding back. I was driving back home, and one of our guys is in the passenger seat playing it, and he played it, and I hit the brakes. I'm like, what the heck was that? So it's pretty interesting. It's a little child out in the cemetery at 3 in the morning talking to us.
All right, here's that audio.
Who are we talking to?
So definitely a little.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Play
little girl.
it again. Play it again. Play it again.
Who are we talking to?
Right?
Right, and she's like so young, It's
Yes.
just- So, and it was a direct response, so we knew it was something intelligent, answering our questions. And, that was a yellow fever. A lot of yellow fever patients were buried there, a lot of children. So
crazy, man.
I think it's somebody that may have died young buried in the cemetery.
Once again, I just got like the heebie-jeebies. Right? As soon as I heard Kate, I'm like, oh my gosh. All right, man. Well, I mean, possibly one of our most interesting guests ever currently on Beer for Breakfast. No offense to all of the other beer guys who have joined us.
Nobody's coming back now. Marshall just killed it for everybody.
Once again, Ryan Dunn here, lead investigator and founder of the Savannah Ghost Research Society, and of course, owner of the Afterlife Tours in Savannah, St. Augustine, and you have another branch opening up in Charleston, so congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, me and my wife are trying to get it open hopefully by March, so we're excited.
All right, so today we are doing beer for breakfast outside of all the ghost talk. So let's get into our first beer, gentlemen. Today's first beer is Terrapin's Pastime Pale Ale. This is an Atlanta Braves beer.
Yep.
Celebrating their 150th anniversary. Of course, Braves are playing all through the weekend. As we said, Braves in 6, so the Braves are going to win the World Series on Tuesday. Just a heads up. This beer, Cotter, is coming in at 5.4% alcohol.
Yeah, I like this. I figured they're in the World Series. Let's honor the Braves. Drink some Terrapin today.
Sounds awesome.
Well, let's start the review. Take it by taking a big old sniff.
Ooh, definitely get a lot of citrus on it. Very, a lot of orange. I like that.
Yeah, it's got a nice fruity nose to it with this lager we're trying today. Holding it up to the light, and if you're watching the live stream, it's a good time to check it out. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. It's got a nice kind of cloudy golden color to it.
Yeah, it looks good. Smells good, man. Let's drink. Cheers.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys. Once again, trying Terrapin's Pastime Pale Ale. This is the Atlanta Braves beer that Terrapin did for the 150th anniversary of the team, which is this year.
That's not bad. I mean, I would the nose of it's way more citrus than the taste.
Yeah, I wanted a little bit more like a fruit orange or citrusy taste coming through. It's kind of bland, I guess, when it came to the taste profile. What do you think, Ryan?
I was expecting more of a punch from the nose, the smell, and then the taste is a little bit milder than I expected. It's not bad, but it's just really, I expected more of a hit.
Right.
Yeah. So on the beer scale of supremacy, Cotter, what would you rate Terrapin's Pastime Pale Ale?
So, I mean, I don't hate it. I've still got like most of a 6-pack at the house that I'll probably drink watching the Braves.
Of course.
Trounce on the Astros over the weekend.
The Trash Tros.
But I'm gonna go. Man, I wanted more out of it. I'm gonna go 2.5. I mean, I don't hate it. I'll definitely finish it off this weekend, but I don't think I'd go back and buy it again.
Ryan Dunn, what would you give this beer?
I'd give it maybe a 2.5 or a 3. I'm with Cotter. I mean, it's definitely drinkable. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just something I wouldn't go to again. I'm more of a stronger hops guy, though. So.
I absolutely agree with you, Ryan. I'm a little disappointed in this beer. Terrapin usually doesn't disappoint. They have some fantastic beers in their repertoire. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 2.2 out of 5.
All right, coming up after the break, we're going to try something new from New Realm. It's the Oaxaca Choca. It is an Imperial Mexican chocolate stout. What was this? 10%.
Whoops.
Oh, wow.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes.
And we'll continue to talk to Ryan Dunn about some of his ghost investigations during the break. So if you'd like to be part of that chat, get on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. More from Beer for Breakfast next. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. Okay.
All right, Ryan, we got some more questions for you. Hope you don't mind. We're putting you to task while you're here today. Rhett says, are ghosts mostly nice, like Casper, or mean, like Poltergeist?
So that's a good question. I always tell people that, especially intelligent spirits, the ones that we know are still around, are just like people. There's good, there's bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you do a case where, say, a guy murdered his family and then killed himself and haunts the place, obviously you're dealing with probably a negative spirit.
Yeah.
But there's children spirits, so it just depends on the type of death and the type of person. That's usually the way they were in life is the same in death. So we've even had ghosts that are comical. We've had some
cracking jokes.
We've had some jokes cracked before. So
Andrew also has a question. He goes, have you been to the tunnel beside and under the old Candler?
yes, I have. We did that in 2011, and we went under the tunnel and down into this. It was creepy because it goes under Forsyth, and you could see part of the ceiling crumbling while we're down there. And I'm like, if this thing collapses, we're in trouble. But it's definitely creepy. We've definitely been in the tunnels. I got some photos of the insides of the tunnel too. So,
what's the creepiest place here in Savannah? What's the one spot, maybe not open to the public or anything, but what's the one spot you're like, I was not expecting that. Wow, what a tale.
Honestly, Candler, that place was just creepy.
Yeah.
And it was a Civil War hospital, yellow fever hospital. Mm-hmm. It was possibly the second oldest general hospital in the U.S. So it's definitely got a lot of history. And then the tunnels with the morgues and Candler's definitely.
When you went down there, did you wear a face mask or anything? Did you freak out? Like, yellow fever's still down here?
We should have, but I do remember when we were in the hospital, and this is before it became the law school, which is now SCAD.
Right.
It was Savannah Law School during the renovations. So this is before renovations. And we walked into one of the surgery rooms, and there's this big door. It says, "Do not enter." So we're thinking, oh, it's like Walking Dead. It's just laughing.
Dead
so
inside.
you open it, and there's sprayed all over the walls. It's like asbestos, and it says asbestos, in spray paint. We're like, oh, nope,
never
we're
mind.
out of here.
We're out.
So,
that's scarier than any ghost.
We should have worn masks, but we didn't know there's going to be rooms full of asbestos. So
yeah, creepy. Well, let's get to some audio because we're not going to get to everything on the air, but
we can play this.
What's the next piece of audio we should play, Ryan?
We got a really interesting one from Alligator Soul that says Hillary. And what's interesting is the original owner, Hilbo Craig, him and his wife Maureen Craig opened it probably in the late 90s. He died of cancer a few years later. But even though he doesn't live there or didn't die there, he's haunted the place. It's kind of their baby. They didn't have children, and it was his kind of go-to. But a few weeks after the case, we're going through all the evidence, and my equipment tech calls me and said, "Who's Hillary?" And I was like, "Why?" He said, "We got a male voice saying Hillary when we asked who's in here with us."
Right.
And I said, "That's Hilbo Craig. His real name's Hillary Craig."
Okay.
And so we were freaked out, and we played it for the owner, his wife, and she's like, "Yeah, that's my husband." So
no way. All right.
Let's hear the audio.
Here's the audio. That was a little loud. Yeah, man.
Yeah, he had a gravelly voice. He was a heavy smoker, so he had that kind of just raspiness, and that's...
Yeah, do it again. Yeah, that's creepy.
It was awesome to have. And my equipment tech's like, "I don't know a Hillary." I'm like, "No, that's Hilbo." So it was cool that he didn't even know what we had called. He's like, "Yeah, that's not us." And,
So, I mean, when people say, they can feel, somebody tapping on the shoulder, they can feel the presence there. I mean, what is that? I mean, what is making them feel like somebody's there or tapping on their shoulder?
Somehow spirits are able to manipulate energy. We know they don't have a body anymore or a voice box or anything, but they're able to use energy to manifest, usually appear. That's a lot of times why they're not appearing in full form. They're kind of hazy.
Right.
It takes tremendous energy, and they also use energy to, if they have the strength to move things. And if you have an entity that can tap or touch people and make objects move, you're definitely dealing with a really strong spirit.
Is there like a movie that you've seen that's, ghost, paranormal related? You're like, you know what? I think that's about as realistic as you can get.
Oh, that's tough. I don't know about movies really being realistic. I guess maybe the shows more so.
Sure. Yeah.
I will say, though, Poltergeist 1 and 2 are two of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
The Preacher from Part 2 gave me nightmares for years as a kid. So the team that came in Part 1 seemed, kind of the way they set up their cameras. But, of course, the movie was definitely Hollywood. But one of my favorites. So,
question from Trace Terry here. Is there any way to watch or listen to any of the footage Ryan has done?
Yes, we do have a lot on our Facebook page. Also, if you go to Travel Channel, you can watch The Most Terrifying Places. We did the Marshall House episode, and we did the Moon River Brewery episode.
Awesome. And once again, one of those episodes is getting re-aired tonight.
Right, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They're going to have the one we did at Moon River. So
awesome, man.
So we got one more piece of audio. So this is the Dock Street Theater. What's that one?
So this happened about 2 months ago, actually, a little while back in July. We were at the Dock Street Theater. We've been doing investigations for our upcoming tour opening in Charleston, and it used to be an old hotel, and then it was converted into a theater. And they've had a lot of hauntings, and one of the hauntings is they always see a guy during dress rehearsal that sits in the audience, watches the show, and he'll stand up but then disappear.
Dude, that's awesome.
And one of the theater managers was telling us one night they closed, and they always have a cop come when they close because they're carrying money out.
Yeah.
And they had one old lady whose ride wasn't there yet. So they're waiting on the ride out front, and they see this guy come walking towards the theater box office. And they're like, the lady and the cop saw it. And the old lady's got her back to him, so she didn't see it. But the guy goes into the box office. Now, the theater's locked. They see him open the door beside it and walk in. They look at each other like, did we forget to lock a door? So they rush in there, and there's nobody in the theater. But we were in the theater asking, why are you still here? What ties you to this place? And we got a deep man's voice that growls the show. Yeah. So we think it might be the guy that's still going to shows here. He's popping up at the theater, going to the box office, sitting in the crowd.
Right.
So,
yeah, let's hear the audio.
What is it that holds you to this building? Why are you still here? The soul.
Right.
It's so clear. It's so clear. It's so clear.
What is it that holds you to this building? Why are you still here? The soul.
We also got on thermal imaging camera with the FLIR thermal, same kind the military uses, a thermal image of a shadow figure on the show on the stage at the same time we caught this. So it's really cool. We were able to capture a thermal piece to go along with it.
That is wild, dude. Incredible. All right, so we're 2 minutes away from going back on the air here at Rock 106.1. One more beer. What's the beer called again, Cotter?
This is the Oaxaca.
Oaxaca Chaka.
The Oaxaca Chaka.
Nice. Yeah, from New Realm. Once again, New Realm just opened up their brand new venue in downtown Savannah. Incredible mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It's to die for, Cotter. So, obviously, Halloween weekend. Are you busy? Are you doing like an investigation this weekend or no?
So, we're not doing any investigations. We've got tours all weekend. Still got availability for our tours. Our website's afterlifetours.net. But, yeah, I'm going to be hanging with the family this weekend. I have band practice on Fridays. Started playing at a dad metal band. It's like
nice
5 of us, and we're all dads.
Got any shows coming up?
Not yet. We're about 3 or 4 months in, but killing it. It's really cool. Phenomenal musicians.
Right.
Doing mainly original. Been doing some Lamb of God and some cool covers too. But
cool.
Yeah, so every Friday night I go to band practice, and our drummer's daughters and my daughters are teenagers. They all hang out while we practice, which is cool.
Oh, cool.
And then Saturday my girls have a Halloween party, so we're going to probably put a movie on the projector and hang out at the house. So
Dad Metal. I love it.
Yeah, right.
What's up? Is the band just going to be called Dad Metal?
Well, it's funny. We were actually between names. We were going to call ourselves Six Demon Bag from Big Trouble in Little China, because we're all 80s fans. And then our lead singer, we were doing a Deftones cover, and as one, how the Chino is, he couldn't figure out the lyric, or the lyrics sounded funny. So one of the lyrics he popped in was Ragatoon, and he's like, "Oh, maybe name the band that." So we're tossing names around right now, but it's exciting. It's come together really fast, but now that we're older, everybody does their homework, so it's come to practice and it's smooth. So
nice. All right, guys, if you have any questions for Ryan here, let us know. Oh, quick question before we jump back on the air. Do most ghosts want to hurt us humans or just hang out?
I think it's a little bit of both. For instance, like Moon River Brewery, they don't want renovations. I feel like they're very territorial and think it's their space, so they are very prone to attack, whereas some are able to coexist with the living, and they're able to not cause any trouble. So
nice.
All right, guys, be right back. It is Beer for Breakfast, joined in studio by founder and lead investigator of Savannah Ghost Research Society, owner of Afterlife Tours, and author. Man is very busy. Ryan Dunn. And we're going to be here drinking another beer. This one is actually from New Realm. It is the Oaxaca Chaca. It is an Imperial Mexican chocolate stout.
Yeah, on the can, it literally says the Oaxaca Chaca is our Imperial Mexican chocolate stout brewed with vanilla, cinnamon, chili peppers, and locally roasted cacao nibs. This ridiculously tasty brew sips like a cup of Mexican hot chocolate with just enough spice to balance the sweet.
My favorite beer of all time, man. It is some Mexican cake, this style of beer. So, I don't know. They better bring it. Bring it.
Well, let's dive right into the review then by taking a big old sniff, gentlemen.
Smells delicious.
It smells like you just brought a cake out of the oven. I mean, it is sweet, smooth. It smells incredible. Ryan, what do you think?
it smells awesome. This is nice and chocolate, malty.
Yeah, I like that.
And once again, this thing's coming in at 10% alcohol, so this is definitely beer for breakfast that'll treat you right. All right, holding it up to the light, it's not much to see. It's black as midnight. Looking up to it, you can see it on the live stream right now, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just search the Cotter and Marshall Show. This thing is black.
All right, cheers.
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 I like it. It almost feels like it's barrel aged, maybe a little bit, just because of the sweetness, or maybe not.
I don't think it's barrel aged.
No, it's not. Once again, trying New Realm Brewing Company's Imperial Oaxaca Chaca. Did I say it right? Oaxaca Chaca.
Oaxaca Chaca.
It's a Mexican chocolate stout available at New Realm downtown. This is where Cotter got it. Coming in at 10% alcohol. Cotter, on the beer scale of supremacy. Actually, no, sorry. Let's talk about it first. Sorry, I'm jumping the gun here. What do we think of this beer?
Okay, so the chocolate's there, the chili's there, which is nice. Because sometimes that is the one downside to Mexican cake. It's different every year. Sometimes you get the heat, sometimes you don't. There is a nice spice to this beer, which I absolutely love.
It's not hot, though.
No, not hot, just spice. I wish it was a bit thicker. I wish it had a little bit more smoothness to it and a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
Like that motor oil stout.
It's pretty oily.
It is, but not enough. It's good, though. I'm going to go... I mean, Mexican cake, so I'm going to go 3.75. This is a really, really good beer. I'm always trying to find an alternative Mexican cake because it only comes out once a year. This is a nice alternative.
All right, Ryan, on the beer scale of supremacy, and give us your thoughts on the New Realm Imperial Oaxaca Chaca. That's it. I'm not going to be able to say that right.
I think this is perfect for the wintertime.
Yeah.
I love dark beer, but the problem in Savannah is it's so freaking hot all the time that dark beers just doesn't sit well usually.
Nope.
But in cold weather, this would be great by the fire. I mean, I want to fire up the smoker.
This is definitely stout season right now.
Yeah.
I'm proclaiming it November 1st, stout season begins.
I give it a 4, man. I like it.
Yeah, this is interesting for me. I wish that the heat on it, like the pepper kick, it's more peppery than it is like a heat that you get from like a jalapeno or a Carolina Reaper or something like that. I wish it was more like that when it came to the heat. The peppery makes it, I don't know, it's kind of giving me a kick.
Yeah.
Like it's kicking my head back every time I take a drink. That's why I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 here.
Fair enough. All right, Ryan Dunn, lead founder and lead investigator, Savannah Ghost Research Society, Afterlife Tours. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks.
If people want to find out more about the Ghost Research Society or Afterlife Tours, what's the best place to go?
Our website's afterlifetours.net. We're also on Facebook, so check out both for sure.
Awesome. So, sir, thank you so much, dude. So interesting. This stuff is so cool to talk about. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap up the show here in a bit. We've got Marshall's music news coming up. First, Five Finger Death Punch is living the dream. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right,
There we go.
guys, thanks for hanging around, obviously, on the show today. Ryan, thank you for coming in. Any last-second questions, guys? Get them in for Ryan. If not, we will allow him to move on to his dad rock medals.
Yep.
Sign our wall.
Oh, obviously.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Awesome.
Where's our chalk go? Oh, there it is. Sorry. And let me go grab someone to take a picture real quick,
Cool,
too.
thanks.
That is good. Yeah. Yep, a little thicker, but I like it. Yeah, that's tasty. Yeah, they got it. They have it on tap actually, and they have it just obviously in the 4-packs. I like it better in the can out of the can than I did the tap. I tried a sample of it when I was there. I like the can better. There was less peppery to it. It was a lot of chocolate on tap, which was good, but this is better.
Aaron's gonna come in and take a quick picture for us.
The show. Like, what? What was that? That's nice. Is this your phone, right? That's mine. Oh, okay. That's good. Thank you, guys. That's fantastic.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, send me that picture if you can, man.
Yeah, I'll shoot it to you here in just a second.
No rush. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
See soon, man.
All right, so Hopatomica announced another beer.
Hopatomica. Oh, okay, Hopatomica. Yeah. They just announced like a Beetlejuice beer last night.
Fall Up in the Pie.
What did you call me?
It's called Fall Up in the Pie. Lemon zest ricotta, mozzarella honey, glazed butternut squash, rosemary red onions, and grana padano. I don't know what that is.
What did you even just say?
I don't know. New pie special. Oh, there
Is that a beer or pizza? You
Oh,
just
it's a
told me?
pizza. I'm sorry. They had this beer sitting right next to it. They had this beer sitting right next to
You
it.
just got like super horny about
I
a beer,
did.
and you just
I
talked
got
about a pizza.
I got all excited. It's a pizza. Never mind.
Oh man.
All excited.
Rob. Sorry. Rob says, does he have that one got away story?
Oh, that's a good question. Damn it. He's
Next
good.
time.
That was fun.
Ryan's great.
That was fun. I like that a lot.
Guys, thank you once again for hanging out on the show today. It's gone by so quick.
Oh my God, yes.
Ridiculous today.
We got like 45 seconds.
Unlike most days, I prepped my music news, so I'm actually sort of prepared. Not really, though.
All right, guys, 30 seconds. We'll be right back. Let's get right into it. Story number 1. It's Marshall's Music News.
Mike Shinoda of Lincoln Park was recently on a podcast, and he was talking with the host about doing a hologram tour, possibly with Chester Bennington, as ABBA's doing one. And obviously, Tupac was the very first person to show up via hologram. Ronnie James Dio also showed up via hologram. So it's kind of a thing that people are doing more and more now. When it came to the idea of doing it with Chester, Mike Shinoda said negative, 1,000,000%. He goes, I hate the idea of doing a Lincoln Park hologram thing. Now, he goes, for me, I'm like, okay, physically, I could still tour. That part's good. Hopefully, that doesn't change anytime soon, but now is not the time for the band's return. We don't have the focus on it. We don't have the math worked out, and I don't mean that by financially. I mean like emotionally and creative math. So I don't think we're going to be hearing from Lincoln Park anytime soon, but I mean, eventually, I would love to see the guys from Lincoln Park come back together, whether they bring a new vocalist on or whether they figure it out in a way where they could just continue on as a band. Lincoln Park was one of the best rock bands for the genre, one of the bands that really held up the genre of rock I mean, during the late 2000s, obviously, all the way up until this moment, until a few years ago, obviously. So I would love to see them make a comeback of some sort.
All right, one more story to go, and we'll wrap up the show. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. There we go. Let me.
Rob says 2:30 a.m. Sheesh, you guys did it again. I still got no work done.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that, man. Liquid, have a good weekend, all. I'm buried at work today.
See you, Liquid.
All right, yeah. Thanks, Liquid. Remember you made Cotter go away? It's your fault, bro.
I'm so sorry, Liquid. Yeah, if that was just a hair thicker.
I think it's thick enough. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Well, Mexican cake has got more weight to that. That, if you can call a beer girthy, that is a girthy beer. That's not, I mean, I would like a little bit smoother. And the Mexican cake, because of the thickness of it, is super smooth. A little bit smoother.
That's thick.
No, it's not.
And
not enough.
This girl's got a big fat ass. All right, New Realm, Oaxaca. This girl's got the fattest ass. And Cotters go, if she could just eat a cheeseburger, maybe a Cuban sandwich for like every meal for the next year.
I'd be into that.
This bitch got a thick ass, dude. This beer's got the thickest of asses, and you're asking for more. I think it's too much.
No.
It's just thick enough. It's the pepper they used is wrong. The pepper they use is wrong. I think the pepper they use is kind of putting the taste off a little bit.
Okay.
And also not giving the kick that Mexican cake does for Westbrook.
Yeah, I get that.
Now, I don't know if they were trying to do what Westbrook was doing, but if you read the can, it kind of sounds like they're trying to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I don't know, Westbrook was the first Mexican hot chocolate style beer I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, it was the first one. I don't know if it is or not, but it has definitely
We'll give them that. Yeah.
But it has definitely turned into a style of beer, or at least a style of stout.
Totally.
Because what's the one? Green Man does a really good one.
Yes.
Green Man, it's the lucha mask on it. I don't know what they call it, but Stone's is the best one outside of Mexican cake.
Yeah,
Exo Cerveza or
Exo Vesa.
Yeah, that's the best one outside of Mexican cake, and you can typically get that one year round, which is nice.
Let's see. Liquid says, I want to know if Cotter will call in for segments after he leaves beer with Cotter or something. I mean, obviously we'd love that, but I think Cotter will be very busy with what he's doing. So I'm not going to make any promises.
Whenever I come to town, if they would have me on the morning show,
I won't.
And that's okay. That's fine. But I would happily stop by, especially in the beginning, because I'll probably be to town more often because, like I said, wife's not going anywhere for a while.
Well, let's find out if we're still doing the morning show. We'll get back to you. That's what the goal is, just not to put anyone off. The goal is to still do the morning show, finding a new Cotter.
I'll just, before I leave, buy like a cardboard cutout or something. That'll just, leave here.
Isn't that kind of putting yourself down? If you just buy a cardboard, just say sex doll at least. They can talk back. One of those Japanese sex dolls? I'll program a bunch of stuff. Marshall, how about what happened in the news?
I'll just leave a bunch of hotkeys for you, so you can just, I'm sorry. What else?
I'm sorry. Marshall, did you hear about this? And that's it. Yeah, Cotter, I did.
All right. So we've got 4-ish minutes. Commercials, Aaron Jones Supercharged, and then we'll get out of here. Get out of your hair. This weekend, nothing but house stuff.
Yeah.
Today, having a lunch meeting, then heading out, having a few beers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tonight's beer night with the boys.
Yep.
And then tomorrow, there's a few projects at the house that I'd really like to get to. So I'm trying to run Ethernet cable from my router, which is down in my living room, through the ceiling, through the attic, down into the office, which is in the front room. Now, I have everything I need to accomplish this task. Will I do it? Is a better question.
It's fair. It's a fair question.
Yeah. Bears play the 49ers this Sunday at 1 o'clock, and I think the Falcons take on the Panthers.
Oh, good news. I actually went through and made changes to my fantasy football team.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
And I realized I had some, much better players on the bench that should have been in play.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
we noticed.
I have a shot this weekend.
Simic says, fun to be a part of the stream. Have a great weekend and be safe. Absolutely, man. Come back on Monday.
Yeah.
We do this every day. You won't believe it. Weekdays, at least. Monday through Friday. When we're not on vacation, which we don't plan on taking any.
I'm just leaving permanently.
Yeah. He's going on a permanent vacation. He's Aerosmith in this bitch.
Yeah, as of Monday, just 3.5 weeks of shows left.
Mm-hmm.
Soak it in. Soak it all in.
And if it means anything, we have no plans on what to do once he leaves, so it's going to be good. We're screwed.
You guys will get there. It'll be fine.
You get there. I love that.
Well, now that, the cat's kind of out of the bag more from an industry standpoint, I have had a few, record reps and people like that reach out, and they're like, oh, I know a guy. I'm like, cool. Have them send me their stuff. I'll pass it along. Oh, I know a guy. Send me their stuff. I'll pass it along.
Yeah. Everyone knows a guy.
Yeah.
Are they ready to deal with all of us? Are they ready to deal with the personalities that work here? That's the better question.
It's radio. There's personalities everywhere.
Charles says, back for a sec just to say have a good weekend, Marshall. And I guess the same to the short timer. Marshall, call me if you have any issues running that cable. I definitely will. No, I think I got it. The good news is the wall that cable is already running. So there's it's already kind of preset. I have it kind of all laid out. I think I got it. I got steel fish tape and got everything. Yeah. I got that set. I've used it before, running wires through walls for my televisions and stuff. So yeah. I think I got this.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask my wife for a little bit of help, and we'll see how that goes.
I guess you can have a good weekend too, Charles.
Simic says, next time you don't want to come to work and all your sick days are used up, call in dead.
Yes, I think I'm dead.
Yeah.
I think I'm dead. So I haven't talked to her since, but my daughter, Ella, for the first time, went and watched the Shadowcast Rocky Horror Picture Show last night.
Okay.
So I got to see what she thought of it. She's never seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
They did that Fox remake a couple years ago. Watched that. Wasn't good. Obviously. I mean, the first one's not good, but it's kind of the whole purpose. But she went and did the Shadowcast thing last night, so I'm curious to see what she thought. It's always a fun experience.
Interesting.
Have you gone and seen the Shadow? You haven't done it?
No.
You're missing out. It's a good time.
Am I supposed to go?
You should go.
Oh, shit. Hey, Mac.
So,
what's going on?
Have you ever seen Rocky Horror Picture Show? Have you done that?
Not.
God damn.
I've seen the movie.
Yeah, the movie, you need to see it. You needed the Shadowcast thing is what it's all about. Or not even the Shadowcast, but go watch it.
What do you mean by Shadowcast?
So Shadowcast is they'll play the movie.
Okay.
But they'll also have people kind of acting it out in front of the screen. So that's the Shadowcast.
It just sounds like you're just at a bar with a bunch of drunks and they're trying to. It's like karaoke.
Yeah,
it sounds like it's kind of like karaoke.
No, it's a cast that do this. I mean, there's one here in Savannah that does it, and but they act it out, and you throw all the stuff, you shout all the lines back. It's just a good time. All right, be right back, guys. All right, before we get out of here, one more time, Marshall's Music News.
Kicking off your weekend with the highest of notes, the lowest of notes when it comes to stories. Fred Hensley Sr., a name you may not know. He's a 79-year-old man from Blue Ash, Ohio. He's been accused of shooting his 50-year-old son, Fred Hensley Jr., because he would not stop playing guitar and had reportedly been playing for over an hour at the time the firearm was discharged.
I mean, sometimes you got to rock. I get it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Have you not watched the Pick of Destiny from Tenacious D? Now, the father has been charged with felonious assault and domestic violence, as indicated in the public records. As they were filed on October 24th, he's being held on $50,000 bond, although various local news outlets have now listed the bond at $60,000. Now, after being shot, Hensley Jr., his son, is said to have in turn attacked his father as emergency responders were en route to the home. The father sustained injuries to his mouth and parts of his face as a result of the alleged aggression by the younger Hensley. In a recording from 911 call between the elder Hensley and a dispatcher obtained by Fox 19, he informed the police, I accidentally shot my son here, and then later confirmed that the bullet had struck his son in the side. Now, they also indicated the police recovered the gun, the shell casing, and the guitar, which he had been playing because it has bullet holes in it as well. So he shot multiple times, it sounds like.
This doesn't sound like an accident.
Yeah, I mean, also, you're a 50-year-old son living with your 80-year-old dad.
That's also... So what song do you think he was playing for an hour that made him want to shoot his son?
Well, if I knew my dad was coming up to shoot me, Stairway to Heaven. Right? Obviously, that's the one you're going for.
I think so.
You're like, please don't die. Oh, man.
All right, guys, have a great weekend. We are back on Monday, 6 o'clock. So thank you for hanging out this morning. We appreciate it. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. There we go.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
I can do that. All right, there we go.
You could do a lot of things.
No, I just wanted to make sure we're off the air.
All right. Okay, guys, that's it for the show today. It's an amazing show. Mac showed up at the end. Mac, anything to add to the show today?
Have a great Friday.
Perfect.
Rhett, if you're in the Bluffton area, send me a tweet or text. I'll meet you for a beer. We won't be in the Bluffton area, but like I said, before I leave, I'll definitely go over there because there's a couple breweries I want to check out, and I'll let you know.
Okay. I mean, I kind of love doing this bit. Let's do advice for the weekend. Mac, starting advice for the weekend.
I don't know.
Okay, so good. Cotter, advice for the weekend for everyone.
You don't know how long you're going to be in one area. Make the most of it. Go out and have fun. So I'm going to soak it in for the next 3.5 weeks, cram in as much as I can, and it starts today.
Here's Mac.
Take a nap.
That's a good one, too. I like that one. No, never mind. Scratch what I said. Take a nap.
Mine's just pull out. All right. See you later, guys.